We're back. Did you miss us?
Feels like it's been a hot year.
Well, for you, it's been longer than it's been for me.
True.
And also my back hurts. And I blame Tifa for that.
And I'm tired.
You only have yourself to blame for that one, though. How are you all doing?
So yeah, we're back.
Deserved for not streaming. Completely fair. Welcome in Psycho. Happy
Karma
to you as well.
How have you been?
How are you all doing? My back hurts because Tifa was like, I want to change our gym contract so that we only do have access to the gym and not to the gym and the courses that they offer.
I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, so it seems like a waste of money.
Months,
true.
Yeah, you've done like 4.
What? No.
We done it more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly, YouTube thumbnail face.
This is actually, we're not going into therapy sessions immediately. Like, oh, you've done like 4. I've done it for several months, every single week. You've done like 4.
But I remember.
Benjima, love.
Love. Thank you for the resub. And you are? I know, right? Look at this one. She's here so rarely. She makes me... Her not being here makes me play games like the Mega Man X games. The later ones, I mean.
You're welcome.
No. I did have fun with Crazy Taxi. No, but Tifa, after a mental lapse of thinking she hasn't done a course in a while...
No,
for
I
some
haven't.
reason.
I haven't done a course in a while. Exactly. And the some reason is that I can't plan ahead for one because I don't know when I finish work.
Skill issues.
That's the whole thing. Before, I had no issue with signing up for a course at 6 on Monday because I knew I would be home at 6. Nowadays, I do not know if I'll be home at 6, so I cannot sign up in advance.
Just like Tifa has a skill issue saying, Mommy, thank you very much.
Love.
Favorisa. Love. I hope someone does a course in the meanwhile. I know, right? Welcome in, Mame. Hello, Dark Lord. Trying to say multiple things at once. Congrats on being first,
Everything he said.
Congrats on being second, Dark Lord. Hello, everybody. Now,
so yeah, I wanted to cancel the course, and then Jack was like, "Oh, we should do a course."
Congrats on being third. So we went to one on Sunday morning. We did a yoga course. I had to set an alarm to get up early enough. But we did it and it was fine.
It was alright.
It was fine.
It was 90 minutes, which already seemed very long because usually the courses are like 1 hour. The first 10 minutes I was wondering what on earth I'm doing there.
Because we're laying flat on our backs on a yoga mat, doing nothing.
And the first stretches and stuff felt so long that the first 10 minutes seemed like an hour, and then it kinda got better, it went faster. Then I realized I'm more of a bag of potatoes.
Yeah.
I couldn't do all of the stretches. I was not really sure. I think yoga is definitely good, but I'm not sure if this course is specifically for us.
It was an all skill levels kind of course, with a whole idea being like, well, this is the easy one, and if you're more advanced, you can try to do this, and if you know how to properly do this, and if you have the ability to do so, then you do like this thing. So we just did what we could. I felt very relaxed during it, but I think that's just because someone told me to shut the fuck up, lay down flat for 15 minutes and hold a pose. And then I just lay there and I listened to the wind outside rustling the leaves.
Yeah, I'm not a yoga expert, but it felt more like...
I think that's obvious from your posture.
It felt more like a meditating session than actual yoga.
Yeah, that was nice.
So I'm not sure if it's really for me.
Yoga all the time, sitting still for hours.
I was just gonna ask if someone has done yoga before.
Like,
maybe I just had different expectations from yoga too, because I thought it would be doing like several poses, like the waving duck and the shitting dog or something, stuff like that.
The waving duck sounded cute, but when you had to make fun of it for calling it the shitting dog, they do have some, I guess you could say, funny names, but not really.
We did a dog pose, and I think it was called the wet dog.
No, I don't think so.
We did a fish pose.
Yeah, which if you do it, you do feel like a fish that's got stranded. You lay on your back.
And I think that was actually it when it came to poses.
Hands under your ass, tucked away, and when you arch your back upwards, you like pull up your chest, which does very much look like a fish that's just flopping on the ground. They could have called it the magic carp pose, would have worked too. I used splash, it was very effective. But I think I overdid it with the whole like, try to arch your back as much as possible. Which means I keep going and I feel a little bit of a pain sting in the back. But it's gonna be fine.
All in all,
I did it to myself.
It was relaxing.
So we're going again next Sunday?
We can try it out for a couple times, see if it really is something we want to keep doing.
And it was all, to me, relaxed up until the very end, when the trainer guy went like, okay, and now I will leave you all with an inspiring quote as you enter your Sunday. And then we all sat there in this meditative pose, which didn't do anything for me. I think it's just a mind, like,
I was so uncomfortable.
The pose itself doesn't do anything for me, but I understand, I believe, I don't know, I'm not a yoga expert, I believe it's about mindfulness, which I do understand, but it does work for me. So I was sitting there in that pose, and then he just rambled on for like a minute with his like pseudo-esoteric stuff, and then he repeated it 3 times.
It's about the spirit giving you strength,
infinite wisdom and all that.
Strength and infinite wisdom to guide you on your path. But isn't yoga kind of like part of the waviness and the spiritual guidance? I thought that's part of it. I don't
actually know. I feel like there's a big overlap between yoga and what you just described, but I don't think yoga is that innately. I think there's just a large amount of people that does both. Because the idea of, okay, we're going for these different stretches and poses, which make you stretch, they make you work out different muscles of your body, and usually the stuff we targeted was for like your back and flexibility. Those are good things. Like everybody can do them regardless of whether you believe in yoga. It's exercise. Like scientifically, it's exercise. And then they came with the infinite wisdom guides, and I'm like, can the infinite wisdom guide me to a different course next time, please?
I have a feeling all yoga courses somehow end that way.
Then again...
Because I thought if you look in like studios, they also have the whole...
That's what I'm saying. Then again, if I'm right, and it's about mindfulness and relaxation, if those words make somebody more mindful and relaxed, then kudos, good for them. But it does the opposite for me. I could have done without. Just saying.
Yoga's testing out how close you can get to become a pretzel.
It can be, I think.
I'm more in the category of banana-shaped pretzel.
No, Tifa is team baguette.
At least banana-shaped.
Unbaked baguette.
No. At least banana-shaped.
No. Tifa, when we were laying flat on the mats, rolling over to our side, we looked like somebody dropped the dough.
I can't deny that.
Like, we looked like the rag dolls, you know, when you hit somebody with your car in one of the later GTA games, GTA 5 for example, when they go ragdoll, and they just lay there, like they turn into putty, like that. Baguette or fromage, oui oui. I would love a cheese baguette right now. Yogurt. I could also have some yogurt right now.
Sure.
Make banana-shaped bagels? I mean, if you break a bagel in half, kinda. No? Little bit?
Sure.
A banana is like a C shape. So if you do 2 C shapes, you get like a circle.
Sure.
I was trying. Pretzels? Ooh, talking about pretzels.
Pretz-X.
We've had more pretzels lately, thanks to me having a genius idea.
That is true. We bought like this box of unbaked pretzels from the supermarket in the freezer, and there's like 10 in them, and it was like $1.80, which is nothing. And we threw them in the air fryer, and I gotta say, they came out pretty good.
Are they as good as a fresh one from a bakery? No. Are they still pretty good for a fraction of a price? Yes.
For like 10 cents a pretzel.
It's more like 30 cents, but that's still much cheaper than if you go outside.
Even it was decent pretzel.
Yeah, can recommend. Eat more pretzels, people. This stream was brought to you by Big Pretzel. No. I wish we were sponsored by pretzels. I would be so overweight.
Is pretzel an actual brand?
Not that I'm aware of, but I didn't search for air fryer propaganda. You are more than welcome to use an oven. The idea is it's pre-frozen. You put it into a little compartment that generates heat, and then when the heat has done the thing, you consume it.
But an air fryer is pretty good though.
That is true. I mean, on the box it says it takes 18 minutes in the oven. In our air fryer, it's 7.
Yeah, and especially for like aufbackbroodje in 5 minutes and you're done without heating it.
Bread rolls you finish baking it at home. Yeah, also like 7
Jack
minutes.
used to say the same, like, oh, I don't want an air fryer. And then we got an air fryer and now the oven is barely on.
How can you tell if somebody is a vegan? They will tell you. How can you tell if somebody is an air fryer? Same thing.
I have food in my air fryer right now, exactly.
Benjima, bro fist to the air fryer.
It's so
Whatever
handy.
kitchen utensils use is perfectly fine. As long as you're happy. That's the most important part. It's like not even an oval, Jack. I'm a beginner at yoga. At some point I'll be able to cup my hands better. Also, I feel like this is more like a diamond shape, kind of. It has like an edge at the top and then one on the left and one on the right.
What were you trying to make?
I don't recall. I'm too open to the spirits of the infinite wisdom that I remember such things.
Speaking of heart shapes, that is something we also need to talk about. Because I was watching those
TOS?
videos of differences in signs between like millennials and, what is it, Gen A or Gen Z?
Gen Alpha is the ones that are now toddlers. I don't think they sign anything yet.
Gen Z then probably.
Millennials.
And it's like, oh, what do you do? Or what's the signal if you want to call someone? And it's like, I would do this.
That's like, hey, I'm in a call.
Yeah, but it's the horn. Gen Z does like this because they have the smartphone that they put to their watch.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I see it.
If you want to take a picture, you would go.
Yeah.
Because you had the camera back then.
Buttons, yeah.
That you click on.
Both sides, yeah.
Gen Z would go. Smartphone, you just click the button on your screen.
I see it.
Like,
yeah.
And the one that I cannot
sense.
wrap my hand around was the one where like, okay, make a heart. And obviously... No, actual heart.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm making a heart. That's this. Isn't this a South Korean thing? I think it's a pocket heart.
It's an Asian thing, yeah. Yeah, but the general thing for a heart in Europe.
K-pop Demon Hunters has changed me.
And they did the like 2 finger like
this like, thing.
No, not like this. Not like this, but they do like 2 very weird fingers, like.
It was a gang sign. Stop doing it. We offended somebody.
And surely. I feel like I cannot. Please. And it's not like this, but it's like.
Tifa, one of 2 things is gonna happen in a moment. Either some gang is gonna bust down our windows, or you're gonna do a ninjutsu and something weird is gonna happen.
I feel like I need to watch it again, but I cannot do the Gen Z hearts sign. It somehow broke my head. Yeah, that is so much.
That's so much nicer. Everybody can do this. You don't need both hands. You can even do 2 at the same time.
What if you don't have a thumb?
Then you use another one of your fingers.
What if you don't have any fingers?
Then use your toes. Yeah. And if you can't do that, you just say hard. I'm pretty sure you can find some way to communicate. But the person watching the stream, the fuck did you? Yes, that's what I was worried about.
Insulted the whole family and the cow.
Yeah, and the whole family and all.
Oh, Mame is Gen Z. Middle finger.
Finger diagonally down and index finger curved up in the heart shape.
What's my middle finger? Middle finger down.
Uh-oh.
Index finger. What's the index finger? This one. Down.
Curved.
And then.
Isn't that just the
both?
greater than?
No. No, I don't think that was up, was it? No, because then you just get to the normal heart shape.
This reminds me of like an E-tank in Metroid. Because it's like this oval-ish shape.
Yeah. It was something like this. Like the fingers are like over.
So like this. Like a heart with a double line at the top. I'm confused.
I don't even recall anymore. I couldn't do it.
I don't get it. Dark Lord found another doodad at work. Okay. Someone left a plastic shrimp. Depending on the size of that, I think you should keep that as a personal accessory on you.
Well, that's kind of cute.
An accessoire. I was confused with two words.
My store has started selling Greggs. I am so jealous of you.
Selling what?
Greggs.
Not Greggs. Greggs, British bakery products. No, we're not being sponsored by them.
Go get. I will get sponsored by them. Go get the.
Read the whole message.
So my store has started selling Greggs products. So I have a sausage roll and a sausage, bean and cheese melt in there. I absolutely love their sausage rolls. 100%. They had
incoming propaganda.
Katsu bake when I was in the UK. When was I there? In February. That was so good.
No, March.
March?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't recall.
I remember you getting me sick for like a week just as you left, and when I was stuck at home playing Xenoblade Chronicles X.
They were in there. Now they're on my plate.
Oh, wait.
I love their base.
Look, it's a cute little growlithe that will help me refocus the camera.
I would eat that every single day.
So, because Tifa wouldn't shut up otherwise. Not sponsored, but we should be. For some reason, when Tifa went to her work trip, she went to a place called Greggs. And when we went there again in April/May, when we also met Skinner and Benjima, Tifa was so infatuated with their products that we had to go there again. And also, I think a colleague of yours told you that they sold these cups. At the time, it's just a regular... I can't open it. Oh, it's a twist cap. Cool. It's just a regular like thermos thingy. And if you bought this thing, which was like $2, $3, piss cheap.
Like
piss cheap for this. But if you bought this, you would get a discount on your hot beverages for life. I don't remember.
It's like bring your own cup and get it get like 20 cents off or something.
So Tifa bought this cup and not a single hot beverage at Greggs.
So
she just bought this.
I wanted to get sausage rolls and bakes, but you didn't let me.
We bought bakes. They were okay.
We got the vegetable
You liked
one.
mine better than you liked yours.
Yeah, that's true.
Tifa had a sour cream and onion, and I had a vegetable and cheese bake. And by bake, apparently Greggs or the British mean like a puff pastry filled with the stuff. It was nice. I don't like puff pastry. I feel like it's very greasy usually, but it was tasty and cheap.
I love puff pastry.
So we are, I guess, proud owners of this Greggs cup that isn't being used.
Limited edition.
That's true. And I will now try to find a spot to put this where it isn't in the way of me seeing things. I found a space.
Wait, Primark actually sells Greggs clothing? That I did not know. I might need to check out Primark next time. I need to see the line actually.
Greggs.
That seems insane.
It is in fact a thing. Fair enough, and I gotta say it doesn't even look that stupid.
I don't know why I expected it to look worse.
I expected pictures of like baked products and stuff somewhere on the shirts, but it's just clothing with text on, like it's a pastry thing. Doesn't look bad. Yeah,
I've seen worse collaborations.
Go back to the UK?
Yep. Just for the Primark.
Just to buy more Greggs stuff. And then maybe also buy a pastry or something. Right?
Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna do one more chance at the heart. Okay, Benjima says index touch each other. Okay, I'm gonna follow your instructions. Index touch each other. And then middle touch each other. But bend in the middle. I don't think that's it.
This is my interpretation. It's a diamond shape.
Yeah, but it doesn't bend in the middle now, does it?
Index don't bend. Okay.
Index. What's my index again?
There. So, Jack, curve your indexes.
Okay, man.
Oh shit! I got it! I figured it out! Oh my god, it took 3 people to explain this to me. Oh, okay. Index do bend. Yes, I was doing what Tifa told me.
Yeah, but this is such an awkward, like, don't bend this, but bend that. Like, this is so awkward.
You know what I said to that, Tifa? Much easier.
Like, you automatically bend the middle. Like, don't bend middle.
I do it middle bend, not index.
Wait, you do it... Oh no, this is just...
Like this?
It feels like everything is in the way.
I feel like I'm wearing one of those cool masks, Tifa, if I hold it in front of my face. You gotta look at the...
Oh yeah. I can't even properly...
It's my luchadora mask.
Like, how is this easier? I cannot keep my fingers straight if I bend these. How is this easier than that?
If you're used to it. It's all a matter of being used to it.
Who suddenly got to...
I am doing the K-pop hard hands. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If I just cross these and I don't like tip them...
I keep doing this too close to the camera, sorry. Just use the full hands. Yeah, the classic one.
So much easier.
Do it somewhere in front of a like solid surface, like your t-shirt. But I get it. Depending on how you hold your hands, it does look kind of like an apple. More like.
Yeah, but it also looks more like a heart shape on your side. Because for you, the other fingers are in the way. And it's like...
What if... Wait, index do bend. How did I do this earlier? I had it. I was so proud of myself. There. Like this, right? And then you can still use the other fingers like an octopus, kind of. Like a beard.
That's kind of cute.
No?
I was keeping your middle finger straight easier when it's attached to your ring finger by a tendon.
You guys are mutants. I guess I have the German hands and we do it differently.
Yeah, but it's not easy to keep any of them straight, because the moment you bend this, these also bend. Somehow my fingers are starting to look creepier and creepier to me.
That is not... A little bit, yeah, fair.
It's straight. It's like when you play around.
I was able to do this thing once on command when I was a teenager. There, a little bit. Nah, can't do it anymore.
It's like when you're younger and you were doing trying to not touch it and then it automatically touches.
No, I've never touched tips with people.
Oh, it's yourself. No, seriously, this is one of those things before the internet that the whole world did
cool
together.
Like
and we
cool
never realized we all did it. Like, you just do that and you make them not touch, but your fingers are pulled to one another. So they will touch anyway.
My hands are shaky for some reason. They're just not touching.
Yeah, but they will. Just let them loose. And they will automatically pull to one another, like magnets.
Man, what happened to making a triangle with your hands and placing it in front of your eyes? A triangle. Like...
Also can make a triangle.
Tifa, please. Tifa is being defeated by basic geometry. Like this?
How long do I have to wait? Because I want to eat. Wait for what? What are we waiting for?
Forever is my answer, but wait, what?
Go eat Benjima. Oh, for them to touch. Oh. Well, it has to be like close.
Until your food is cold.
And you should already immediately start feeling the pull towards one another. Oh.
And for the 50th time today, refocusing the camera.
Like, the distance can't be too big either. It needs to be semi-close. And then you'll just feel the pull.
I think it's a brain thing.
No. Google it. That is 100% a thing.
It must be Norm. Yes. Damn, Jack is Illuminati confirmed. Skilluminati is a great thing to say when later on we're gonna stream Higurashi, where it's just about reading. Reading is a skill. Reading out loud is a skill. Reading is also very radical. What happened to doing the Tien pose? The what now? The Shinkikoho. Is that a Dragon Ball thing? Shinkikoho. Oh yeah, he had this energy beam. True. Now that I got it up on Google, I can see like. Does anybody still care about Tenshin Han? Apparently, wasn't he the guy that... No. Is he the alien or is the little guy he's with the alien? I'm always confused about that.
We're still doing that.
You know what's also a skill? Recaps. That's true. That's why we don't do that right now.
Recaps. Maybe I should have prepared for that.
But fine, you have a point. Hey, Jack! What has happened the last time, which was like 2 weeks ago, when you guys streamed Higurashi When They Cried Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi? I totally didn't need to look that up again.
Speaking of Chapter 8, I made art there. Oh no, now it broke.
Congratulations.
It was an 8 on top of the...
Beautiful. Stop interrupting the recap. Easy, we got a history lesson. And then the episode was over. We played through episode 2 of Chapter 8. And it was... What's the blonde bitch's name?
Takano.
Takano, thank you. I hate her so much, I forgot it again. It was more Takano background story of how she attended a party with rich and famous people who are part of Tokyo. She attended this party where some politician gave a very Trumpian speech. After that, she met with an old friend of her adopted grandfather, or adoptive grandfather. He touched her butt and then he gave her a lot of money. He gave her a whole history lesson about World War II, effectively, potentially maybe being caused by Hinamizawa syndrome, because some of the soldiers who were involved in the Marco Polo Bridge incident apparently were from Hinamizawa, and maybe one of them fired the shot that triggered an escalation there, and maybe if that didn't happen, the Axis of Evil would have won World War II, which I'm glad they didn't, but that's a different story. And after that, she has a meeting with more potential benefactors, and that also works out very well, because they're old and horny, and she's young and hot, and they're on the same side. And they go, yeah, of course, you get everything that we see her having in the previous chapters. But you're too young and you can't be in charge by yourself, so there has to be somebody else, which is probably going to be Iri at some point, and then Tomitake. But you also need to be a different rank. You will be a major now. And when she goes, oh, major, that's so awesome. My grandfather was also a major. It's fate. And then the episode thankfully ended, and I hope we never learn anything else about Takano, because while I understand it's nice to know these things about how she came to be the villainess that she became by the end of Chapter 7, I don't care. I hate her.
I do care about Takano's background story, and I kind of enjoyed learning a bit about the orphanage and all of that. But the whole political part around it, which I understand is a giant part, is so boring.
Combined with the longest history lesson yet.
Yeah, at least to me. I'm not really interested in that. That's more of that's something I prefer more in an actual visual setting.
Could have been done in pictures, but it's a sound novel, not a...
Yeah, but I hate reading about war topics.
Yeah, well...
This just keeps going on. Like,
this was Tifa's favorite part so far.
Books, novels, I'm not that interested if it's war-themed. When it comes to movies and series, I actually do.
That's the recap. There. That's actually the short version. You're welcome.
It kind of was, actually.
And she didn't even have to sleep her way to the top. As far as we know. It didn't happen in the scenes we saw, but if she had done that at some point, it wouldn't shock me. And I think it would make perfect sense. Because she seems like the kind of person, okay, I want to do this and I'm willing to do anything, given the ending of chapter 7 where she just point blank murders kids, you know? Like, I don't think she would not do that if it's just another step along the way to do this, or to get to her goal.
Well, at least just before we saved, I believe we went back to semi-current time where they just moved. I don't know about that. No, I'm quite sure she was in the van and they just moved to Higurashi.
Hinamizawa.
Hinamizawa.
Higurashi, my favorite place in Japan. She's a strong independent who will kill anyone who gets in her way. Yes, because, reminder, her goal apparently always has been to make her grandfather into a god. Somebody who would be well remembered, well known, feared possibly even, long after his death. Because he had a theory that everybody is being controlled by parasites and we're all parts of different hive minds. Individuality does not necessarily exist. Nationality doesn't exist. If we disagree or if we see things differently, it's entirely because a different type of parasite, a different strand of a parasite controls you versus me.
In that sense, I also don't believe individuality exists.
What?
Because there's always someone who thinks like you, who has the same thoughts, who has the same ideas.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Because it's easy to believe that you are the only person who's feeling something, who's experienced something, who's gone through something, who sees something a certain way, until you meet people who also do. That doesn't change the fact that you are unique, because the combination of things has probably only ever happened to you. And besides that, you are your own person. But other people have probably had similar, if not the same experiences a lot of the time. That's why sometimes it can be a good thing to talk about things in your life, because then you'll find there are other people like me. Does that make me better? No, but there is a solidarity in all of us. That can help. Nobody is real but me. Yes, Mami, we exist solely at your pleasure, and all of this is happening inside of your brain. Can you prove otherwise?
It's AI, basically.
Yeah.
There's another Jack out there? I sure hope not.
Jack-ish. Jack-ish.
Jacques.
Jacques. Which, funnily enough, is what her grandfather has called me in the beginning. The tall one. She has two grandfathers.
Oh, yeah. One said Jacques, the other said boy.
Yeah. I mean, he says boy in a endearing Dutch way, but basically the same thing. Fair enough, and he doesn't need to remember my name. As long as he looks at me, I know he's talking to me. What's worse than a Jack? A French Jack. Oui, oui, Monsieur Psycho. Something like that.
I was actually talking with Jack about that the other day, because we're all unified.
Oh, here we go. It's gonna get deep, people.
About hating the French.
That's no...
In a joking way. But
yeah,
they're unified in disliking the French. United. And not wanting to be French.
Yeah.
But where does that actually come from?
I think from... I don't know, but I imagine a large part of it is that the cliché French person is very patriotic, refuses to speak other languages and believes their country is perfect. We have the best food, the prettiest women, the best culture.
But so are Germans as well.
Yeah, that's why, exactly,
your grandmother
that's what I'm saying,
sent a complaint letter about going on a holiday in Turkey and nobody speaking German.
No, Tifa, worse. She and my grandfather, over a decade ago, went to France and came back complaining, saying, and I quote, because it's burned into the edges of my brain, they all spoke German, but they refused to speak it with me.
Yeah, but she sent a written complaint to the travel agency. Like, that's the level.
A woman born in the 1930s going to France and claiming everybody speaks German but they don't with me is a big thing to say.
But I'm just saying, the things that we say the French do, so are a lot
Everybody
of
does. Yes. Yes.
But
Basically.
I was talking about it during the time where the riots in Nepal were happening, and also in France, when the French government
wanted to get rid of a holiday, I think.
Yeah, basically collapsed overnight, and there were riots everywhere. But if there is one thing about the French, it's that they do come up for their shit. Like the amount of riots, protests, and countrywide
outrage
yes. They have. I have not seen anywhere else in Europe to that extent.
I fully believe everybody around the world should be more like the French. Hey, the government is trying to fuck us over. Okay, that's the German thing. Okay, well, it sucks, but it must be done. Not in France.
Yeah, but I think that's really admirable in France, because if you look at the past couple years, actually, every time there's been something where the country, the majority, doesn't agree with, there is a full-on bloody riot.
Yeah.
And they get shit done.
Yes.
Like the Dutch, we just go like, ugh, that sucks.
But Tifa, the French also kinda invented the whole, like a couple of 100 years ago, they set up guillotines and stuff, and then they went to the very nice houses and they went, okay, listen, you have a king, this is your court, this is all of the rich people, we have the poor people, and we're kind of dying right now. So you can all fix this country, or you don't get to participate anymore and we just take off your head. What do you want? Okay. And the French invented democracy the way we live it nowadays. At some point, though, the guillotines were put away. Now, I'm not advocating for beheading people. I am advocating for everybody going back to remember what happens if a small group of very rich people hoards all the wealth. Because at some point, if you take that way too far, the 99.9% of the people around you realize they are more than you. And they can in fact carry you out of your house. And you don't want that. So a very easy way to not have that happen is to just not be a piece of shit with your wealth and make sure the place works. Just saying.
Yeah, I really respect that. And France, as far as I'm aware, in Europe is the only country that is that extreme. I mean, nobody beats Nepal after what they have achieved in 4 days. but still.
And after the riots, they woke up the next morning and cleaned up.
Yeah.
They didn't just burn shit down.
I mean, respect. Excuse us Brits were beheading kings when France was eating baguettes. Yeah, but you guys have put your beheading time
way
to
past
rest.
Yeah. With you, it went out of fashion. When was the last time there was a general strike in the UK? Probably like in Germany. Never.
But it's not even just a strike. Because even Germany has strikes.
Not general strikes.
Oh, fair enough.
That's what I'm talking about, where the whole country shuts down.
Like Deutsche Bahn sometimes strikes, our railway system, the garbage, trash collectors have
different groups of people go on strikes all the time, as they should, I believe. But not the whole country together just goes, no, we're not doing it anymore, fuck you.
That is so impressive. That really is impressive.
It went great if you ignore that whole reign of terror. Yeah.
Potato.
We have strikes every other day, but not on the level of France. I think maybe we should all be more like France in that regard. Also, because we were talking about French a lot.
I didn't want to re-reel it, but Psycho did it.
Yeah, that's just true. Thank you, Psycho. Ma lettre favorite est dessert. My French is very rusty, but I think that's roughly how you say it. So, are you done derailing? No, you didn't. Technically, it was her grandfather calling me Jacques. That's how that started. Are you all ready for some Higurashis?
Ready.
I will load first and then I'll press it. Ta-da! Also, so far, 2 episodes in, no tips.
Oh.
Weird, but
Oh, we're already getting enough. We don't need to.
Please no more Takano, please no more Takano, please no more Takano.
Takano is gonna be the main character in here.
Oh, fuck off.
She's 100% gonna be the main character. It's all about how this came to be.
Spoilers for the final stream of Higurashi Chapter 8. I believe there's a good chance of Takano dying a horrible death. I'm not yet sure if I will sit here and weep for her or if I'll start dancing and piss on her grave. Just saying.
I can weep about the evilness of people if you make the backstories, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll feel bad for whatever led her to this path, but revolution is a grey area, because I'm sure some people thought they were in the revolution in January, not too long ago. Yeah.
In January?
Tifa is so uneducated.
What happened in the UK in January?
Nothing. I believe Benjima is referring to January 6th. The riots in the US, where people stormed the Capitol.
I remember. Never
wanting to hang the vice president?
I was thinking it was about the UK.
Wow, Benjima, misleading Tifa like that. Jacques Earth, indeed. I'll be the bureaucrat, because I'm pretty sure you'll have to be Takano again.
You can't spoil this game for me. Yeah, we know you already played through it in the meantime.
I couldn't if I wanted to, because I don't know what's going to happen. Allow me to introduce you. This is Major Takano. Major, this is Dr. Kyosuke Irie. Called it. Tifa, we're going for our dumb fuck season right now. Yeah, everybody is good.
Joke's on you. That's all my seasons.
Real quick, the German Chancellor is currently working on having the rules changed so that everybody can just work 48 hours a week. We're there too. I mean, it could be worse. Another party could have been in power and then things would be really bad, I think. But, you know, not the way I would like things to go.
Imagine all of these countries like Denmark, Norway that are going to 35-hour
week. Yeah. Germany,
days.
Just do more of a thing you're already doing. Yeah.
35, 32, and we're like, no.
48.
6 days.
Sorry. Now, let's go to other horrible things. These people. Hello, I'm Irie.
Irie seemed extremely nervous at our first meeting. He probably thought I was in charge of some suspicious organization.
You literally are.
Please relax. Call me Takano.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Please, have a seat. A model lower middle class citizen was a good way to describe Kyosuke Irie's demeanor. Wow, a model? You look like a model lower middle class citizen.
Is this question, unironically, I don't know better. Is this a thing in like Japanese culture where you can just whip that out, or is it exactly as rude as it feels like to me? Also, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the background sound is kind of loud.
Turn it down a little bit.
So I will put that here. Irie is Jamaican for alright, good, great.
Irie is alright. One could also say he was the stereotypical type of person to get conveniently discarded after those crafty elders used their seniority to constantly pick on him.
So, I'm sorry, but did you say Irie is a good guy?
He's alright. I'm not saying good, he's alright. He's in the first bracket.
Are we forgetting his... How do I put this correctly? His pedophilic tendencies? Touching underage kids and going, oh, you've got smooth skin. You would look great in a maid costume. I know it's played for laughs, but...
I still stick to he's alright. He doesn't go to random...
of shitty people, he's towards the better end. He seems to want to do good things, besides his way of being.
He certainly doesn't seem as cunning as I am. But that doesn't mean he isn't ambitious. Like me, he's a young person who dreams of accomplishing something great and leaving his name upon generations to come. While he acts humble in person like this, his articles are actually progressive as well as aggressive. His articles are actually progressive as well as aggressive. Aggressive.
I get it, because for progressive, aggressive, yeah, I would do the same thing.
His articles were actually progressive as well as aggressive.
It's not me.
Progressive, aggressive. Progressive, aggressive.
No, you're already pronouncing too hard.
Aggressive is good. Progressive, aggressive. See, it's not that hard.
Now just cut it together so that it sounds good on your end. We need a joker to skip reading past lines like this. We're gonna skip so much text.
This is so hard to say. As in the flow.
Let's give it one last shot.
His articles were actually progressive as well as aggressive. The gap between the two was quite intense.
It feels like your mouth just did the evil Knievel jump, didn't it?
It really did.
Also, to answer my question about is this how Japanese people talk about each other, it's not a great way to say it to someone. Yeah. Thank you. I've read the data concerning this Hinamizawa syndrome.
What did you think?
Well, it's really quite a shock. It's very possible that this is something that steps onto the dark side of today's medicine, but I can hardly control my intellectual excitement in knowing it's a mystery that has yet to be solved.
Hearing that made me chuckle. Yuri is more than interested in the Hinamizawa syndrome, which is good enough for me. Shit. This is not me.
Oh. Joker, speaking is hard, you can skip this line. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. I will add that to the comments during the break. Did you say evil Knievel? Yes. That was the guy from, like, I don't know, the 70s or 80s that jumped on a motorbike over things, like a stunt dude, I think. Also, I feel like we're very off-center. Moving teeth are like furniture. She had been through the ringer with far too many people to reach this day. So her honed intuition could tell. She would get along well with his man. Even if he...
And the writing here throws me off a little bit. Even if he isn't useful to me, he won't cause any problems. For both me and my sponsor, he's the best person possible for the job.
It's like in a manga kind of setting. Two people are thinking and their speech bubbles are like layered. But they're two different people. They're thinking.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Knievel. Nah.
Evil Knievel.
Nah. It's also not Knight. You know the guy in the armor? It's a knight, so it has to be Evil Knievel. I know that's the person's decision how to pronounce his name, but I don't care.
I don't remember who or what this is, but Evil Knievel does ring a bell. I'm with Benjima on this one.
Nah. Never said that way before. Is the whole country just calling him Knievel? Yeah, everybody
Jack.
should.
The country is Jack.
The Republic of Jack.
I was shocked too. To imagine a man of your experience and knowledge was just wasting away in a medical office without any responsibilities or work to accomplish. I have to say that was a grave loss to the medical field. Iria laughed. He probably thought I didn't know, but I had received detailed documents on him. So I knew why he was exiled from the limelight despite his rare talent and achievements.
Here we go!
He displayed extraordinary skill working under a neurosurgery expert, and everyone expected a bright future from him.
Under a neurosurgery expert? So, okay. He's a brain cut open guy.
But he was kicked out due to an ethical controversy.
Oh, here we go.
He carved his initials in his patient's brain.
He removed the part of her brain that doesn't make them want to dress like a maid.
Or he scraped off a little bit of tissue and kept it in a jar.
All that, yeah. The Knights who say Kani. Exactly, Mame, exactly. To be fair, you write Knight, but you speak it out wrong too. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's evil, Knievel.
Here it's definitely Knievel. Irie's pet theory was that the antisocial behavior of individuals could be explained by brain disorders.
Could be as in some people, or could be as in for everybody.
He believed that no one in this world was born a villain, and that they were all just poor patients in need of treatment.
Okay.
What do you call it? Lobotomy?
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
When they basically drill into a piece of your brain to change your...
A lobotomy, I believe, is the surgical procedure of removing part of a brain.
It's to change your...
behavior. Yes. I believe there's a relatively well-known case in the Kennedy family, I think it was, where one of them, a lady, had been lobotomized at a relatively young age.
Wasn't that his sister?
Do you know how big the Kennedy family is? I don't know her name.
Fair enough.
One of them. One of the Lady Kennedys.
No, I remember a bit of it. She was then left to live alone for like 20 years in an institution.
As you did back then, as was the fashion, you know, a woman shows any sign of emotion. Oh, she's hysterical. Go lobotomize her. I'm so glad we mostly moved past that in the world. I say mostly because it still happens.
He proposed that they were all proper and normal when born, yet as they matured. Psychogenesis and various exogenous factors caused brain disorders that made them into villains.
It was the style of it. So fucked up. Unfortunately. Severing apart, yes.
Therefore, what those evil people need isn't punishment, it's treatment. And if their diseases are treated, they will become good citizens again. That manner of thinking actually fell in line with the Confucian belief of innate human goodness. According to this theory, humans are born with the capacity for altruism towards their kind. Altruism?
Altruism.
Altruism.
She gets all the words now. Did you? This is what I meant earlier. I understand the idea behind the Joker command. I love it. I appreciate it greatly. Do you see how many lines you would end up skipping?
It's not about skipping, it's about moving on.
No. No, somebody wrote this, we get to voice it up.
Yeah, we do voice it, but you just
That's
go
a fucking... Oh, well.
Anyway, now I stopped myself, so I'm only myself to play.
Lobotomy camps in Imperial Japan too. For real. Oh shit.
My biggest problem usually is that I know most of the words I trip over, except for altruism in this case. Mm-hmm. And sometimes also how I pronounce it. How often do I correct myself? But I'm at this point in time, I'm also too dead to even think about it, and I just read the way it says. It's like aggressive.
We need a cheer for Tifa to energize her. Go Tifa! Pretzel.
According to this theory, humans are born with the capacity for altruism towards their kind, and it's only afterwards that they learn and acquire cruelty. Irie believed that acquisition was the result of brain disorders. The human brain creates human thoughts. Therefore, if one becomes emotionally ill, that means their brain is ill. So if their brain gets treatment, they will recover emotionally too. That field was called psychosurgery. It's fallen out of practice in the current Heisei era, but the surgical techniques were applauded until mid-Showa. Especially since it produced spectacular results on a chronic mental patient that was said to be incurable. The man who invented it even won a Nobel Prize. That was how revolutionary it was.
Because back then we didn't know about stuff like ADHD, autism, or neurodivergency in general. Yeah, no. I feel like even in Germany it's only been like
ADHD.
15, maybe 20 years until that's become a thing that more people are aware of.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, it was like, oh, the weird ones. Like there was always not, I don't know if necessarily also in medicine, but at least when people talked about other people who were different, to me it always felt like there was some kind of negative connotation attached to that. Whereas in the last decade and a half, I feel like it's been more like, yeah, some people are different.
That's why you have so many boomers go like, autism didn't exist back then.
Yeah, that's why you have
yeah, because it wasn't
a $150,000 train model to scale of your hometown in your basement, Granny.
It wasn't a common thing to even look for.
That's why Grandma gets really mad when things are placed out of order in the cupboard. Mm-hmm.
Especially since it produced spectacular results on a chronic mental patient.
I didn't advance yet.
I thought you had pressed. Imagine pressing buttons so we can advance. Can I use the Joker on this?
No. Don't ask why they put Soseki on the 1,000 yen bill. Unit 731, wild Wikipedia read. And mentioned extensively in Higurashi, actually. The Unit 731.
That was chapter 6.
As early as 2, I think.
Really? Did they already go into it there?
I think that was the first time it came up with them putting humans into canned food.
I thought that came later.
Yeah, and stuff like how do we know that the human body is mostly water? World War II experiments. Yeah.
Thanks, Japan.
Science.
Humans stink, and that's why they become ill.
I want I want these two sentences tattooed on my body. This I never resonated with a line of text in this game as much as this.
Jack is living proof that that can be done.
Yeah.
The human mind is a powerful thing.
I mean, I've spoken at length about the fact that I can make myself feel very ill. But besides that, ignorance is bliss. I believe that's not just a saying. There are people who look out the window and then for a moment they allow themselves to think of all the horrible shit that is happening in this very second somewhere in the world. As we're sitting here reading a sound novel, having fun with all of you, because we deserve that as humans too, that we just relax and have fun. But right now, people are starving, people are getting bombed to bits. All of this horrible shit is happening. But if you take all of that in, it will probably break you. And then there are people who think about that every now and then, and maybe they become active in a field and they try to make the world a better place. But then there's also a group of people that just goes, so what's on TV? Their worldview is so sheltered that they, under normal circumstances, just don't consider these things. And a lot of these people live happier lives because all of this horrible shit, it just doesn't really occur to them. It's just, oh, the worst thing that happened today is that I stubbed my toe.
Yeah, but that's like 99% of humanity. Like, I can still think about all of the horrible things that are happening right this minute.
Talking about the people that just don't.
Yeah, fair enough.
They just don't. It just doesn't happen in their perception of life.
I don't agree with the thought that
octopus.
It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't affect me.
Yep.
Which is how
different
the
way of
majority
saying it, but
of
I believe we
go
mean
through
the
that.
same thing. Reading a newspaper article, oh, horrible shit happened somewhere in the world. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with me. But it doesn't even register that people lost their lives. It's more like it's a headline. It's an article in a newspaper.
Well,
but the meaning of the words
been insensitized through media. It's like when
It's
you
also
watch ads with starving children in Africa. The first
Yeah.
time I saw that, I was as well like, holy shit.
Why are we not doing anything about this?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
then now you've seen it for 20 years. And
It's
now
like, I'm trying to watch the Disney movie, go away, I'm trying to have happy feelings.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's how it works.
Yeah. It's a complex issue. Sometimes it's better to not be burdened with the knowledge of things that are depressing or challenging to the human condition. Exactly. I think it's perfectly fair to sometimes just go, no, just not processing all of that right now. I just want to have fun for a bit.
Not actively keeping up with the news is also makes me feel much better.
Yeah. I understand it. I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody doing that. But I think it's sad that it is that way.
Yeah.
I wish we could live in a world where you're looking forward to reading the news, because good things happen. So much so that you want to read about them.
Never going to happen, but...
That's what I'm saying. That's a place I want to live in. It has desensitized the human race to so much awful things way too much. Yes. That is unfortunately one of the drawbacks of that invention.
Everyone knows that's why those who overthink matters are prone to mental illness.
Is there an actual scientific link to that? Because, I mean, yeah, you can make yourself not have a depression, but feel depressed over the state of things. But yes,
I 100% believe this, even without anything to back it up yet.
It doesn't shock me.
You work exactly like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, is there
you are the science.
I don't disagree with you. I was asking, are there scientific studies into this? The answer is yes. Higher IQ, more prone to depression. Thank you. I never disagreed with you. I was just saying words. Tifa was like, yes. Why do you ask? Tifa, such a high IQ.
You are the last person.
Tifa, such a high IQ, gets mad about me asking for sources.
The amount of times you taught yourself sick.
Yeah. But I could just be one case. Tifa, one case doesn't make a study. She means the right thing, but she can't produce it in a way that answers my question.
Which is, by the way, why it really annoys me when Jack walks around like, I think I'm getting sick. No, you don't think you're getting sick. No, you do not.
I said it before, I'll say it again. For every one of you that doesn't have an allergy to something, like hay fever, nice, congratulations, I'm super happy for you. But for people like Tifa, I want to, for one day, you to go through what it's like when I have a bad allergy day.
No, I can fully understand the allergy thing, but when you go around like, I think I'm getting sick, you have had so often that you get stuck on this getting sick, that you actually start feeling sick.
Tifa doesn't understand that I'm not making myself worse, I'm describing what I'm going through. To her, that apparently is one and the same.
Now, remember when you had a true story, Jack had a stomach ache once.
Not once.
He had a stomach ache. And he started to get worried because his mom had cancer. So Jack thought he might have cancer. And for weeks, you had a stomach ache believing you had stomach cancer. Then finally, after like 2 or 3 months, we got you to the doctor. And when you realized it wasn't cancer, that fortunately went away. But you can have a very mental state. And if you believe you are getting sick...
A psychosomatic thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you get yourself in this sick state without symptoms.
Because this is what I'm trying to point out, that there's a difference in perception. This is how Tifa explains the story. Here's my version. Randomly, a bunch of years ago, I realized that my stomach hurts. And we've all had stomach pains before, right? It happens. Sometimes you eat the wrong thing, or you ate too much or too little, and your stomach just feels a certain way. The type of stomach pain I had, I've never experienced before. And it didn't go away. And it kept getting bigger. Until eventually my whole stomach felt weird. And then I realized, hey, I'm roughly the same age as my mother when she had a very aggressive form of stomach cancer, which caused them to remove her entire stomach as a precaution. And she's been told, and I've been told, that this is a genetic thing. I might get it too. So, that's not a great feeling to have. Eventually, yes, I did go to a doctor. I immediately got a screening, and it turns out it's nothing. Psychosomatically, I gave myself acid reflux. The pain they cannot explain. They checked my stomach up and down. There is nothing. It's spotless except for a little fatty spot, but they scraped it off. It's in perfect working condition. But the stress I gave myself gave me acid reflux. But that's solved too. And then after that, it was gone. But if you know the things I know, you don't sit there and you go, it's just a weird stomach ache.
I understand the worry, but it took you weeks to go to the doctor, and in the meantime you kept making yourself worse by how you were thinking psychologically. And you just have that sooner than others.
Because
you can believe something is wrong, and then your body goes into that.
Because I was waiting for it to go away. When you have a headache, at some point you learn I can take a pill for it probably, or it will eventually go away after some time. And you know roughly how long that takes for you through your life. Well, when you have a stomach ache that you've never experienced before, my idea is if something hurts, I'll check it for like a week if it doesn't get too bad. If it's not gone by then I'll see a doctor. Sometimes things just hurt in your body. That's just how I live my life at least. But it didn't go away and it kept getting worse. So yes, I waited weeks.
Yeah. That's why I make fun of you. I believe I'm getting sick, because with you yourself can bring that to a next stage.
I'm not gonna argue this more. I think it's clear how two people can have wildly different perspectives of this one thing happening. Justified worry. Psycho, thank you very much. If you or anybody else goes through something else, just tell them to go to the doctor. Just get checked. It's the easiest and well, I know countries do this differently, but if you get the chance, it's the best way to clear all doubts.
I definitely understand waiting it out a bit, but with you it was 100% psychological.
Placebo effect taking place right there. Yes, 100%. Thankfully, didn't need to do anything. I mean, other than what I didn't have to do any extra steps.
But I want to make clear, I'm not making fun of you for having that. Like, I can get that. I can get sick just from thinking about work or something. Like, I fully get that.
Good. Read your line.
I'm just saying you're very prone to it. When the organ that thinks and debates grows ill, humans deviate from social behavior. That part is called the frontal lobe.
No, that part is called Tifa.
It doesn't need to be bigger or smaller.
It doesn't need to grow. It doesn't really change size.
Put simply, psychosurgery is surgery performed to operate on the frontal lobe.
Okay, here's my question though. The idea is, if one becomes emotionally ill, that means their brain is ill. I guess the idea is that it's the reverse that is true. If your brain is ill, you will become emotionally ill. But in the text, it's the other way around. You become emotionally ill, that means your brain is ill. Wouldn't you then try to cure the emotion?
Yeah, by drilling in the frontal lobe. Take away emotion.
Tifa would have made a great Higurashi character.
This kind of surgery doesn't require removing the whole epicranium.
Not the whole thing, just parts of it.
A small hole is drilled through the cranium and a special scalpel is inserted down to cut it. Wasn't there a serial killer who just used a drill?
I don't know, I don't care.
What was his name? Jeff? They also made a Netflix show about him.
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
No, he ate people.
Yeah, but he also performed this surgery with a long drill.
No, Tifa, he didn't perform surgery, he murdered people.
Yeah, fair enough. You can't really call it surgery in this case. He mutilated younger boys. It's actually one of the cases where he had kidnapped a young boy that managed to escape. The police officer, even went to a police officer and a neighbor. They didn't believe the whole story.
Oh, wasn't that a black kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I laugh not because it's funny, but because I believe it's a mixture of racism and a comedy of errors. Like, how many things can get fucked up in your life that you get to this horrible outcome? It's disgusting.
But if I recall correctly, he had this done to him.
Ah, it's so fucked up.
Which kind of made him all...
Yeah. Yeah, whatever the effects of it are.
Yeah.
Emotions have a purpose to indicate something is amiss. Removing the emotions is just removing the symptom. Yeah, I get it.
One of the worst monsters out there. His story is fucked up.
Yeah. You gonna read the rest of it?
Yeah, I was checking where it was. It's not a major surgery, just a technique for quickly operating on the precious frontal lobe.
Good thing it's not a major surgery, otherwise Takan...
Indeed, it was revolutionary in its simplicity. All the severely ill mental patients miraculously recovered, so the technique spread around the world quickly.
What? No way. No way they just went, stab, fixed.
Yeah, because you kind of turn, nah.
Yeah,
so
but
you're recovered in the sense of you won't cause issues.
like that, as in, well, she has been hysterical all of her life. Yeah. Now she's docile.
Exactly, docile. That's the word I was looking for.
That's a euphemism in that case. That's so fucked up.
Those with obstinate and chronic mental illnesses, the severely ill trapped in deep inescapable depression, all of those could be saved by this technique. Throughout history, humans have come up with many different religions and magic tricks to heal emotional injuries.
Are we talking about cured in the sense that you effectively turn them into... This is gonna sound disrespectful, but I can't think of a right term. You made them into living vegetables. You put them into a vegetative state, I think is the right way of putting it.
They're not fully in a vegetative state. I think... Wasn't this also used to cure gay people at some point?
I hate the wording, but yes. Some people believed that too. The pre-orbital lobotomy was very popular for years. And they did give a man responsible a Nobel Prize. That's so disgusting. And they turned into vegans.
Yeah, but this is in times where we were still at a point, or even before a point where we thought shock therapy could cure
some people still
your
believe
preferences.
It. Some people still believe it.
Sure. I mean, pain is a good motivator.
Also, I hate when people go, oh, it's preferences. No, it's fucking not.
You know what I'm saying here.
Yeah, but even you using the language of those people pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Sorry. I hate all of these people.
It was a cure-all, and cure-alls cure nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you can just
on who you ask, I guess.
You can just remove a whole head, you know. That also solves the issue of, well, Jack is not depressed anymore. Jack can't think anymore that he has stomach cancer. No, Jack doesn't think at all anymore because his head was rolling down the hill.
So needless to say, the idea of being able to treat them with a surgical technique was truly revolutionary. Hirie admired psychosurgery and pushed forward in the field of surgical techniques to treat human souls. However, from the modern human rights standpoint, severing a portion of the brain simply because someone is emotionally disturbed is absolutely out of the question.
Yes!
People gradually started to think differently and said that psychosurgery was inhumane.
Yes!
Wait, when did this actually become illegal? What year are we
No,
in?
not psychosurgery, lobotomy.
Oh, lobotomy. True. Lobotomy.
Don't look up phrases from the game.
Well, lobotomy is still performed.
Yes.
In certain places. Soviet Union, 1950. It's not banned in the USA according to a Reddit post, but the last one was performed in 1967. It doesn't seem to be banned in the majority of countries, actually. It's just not being done anymore.
As long as there are rules in place so that it's not being done anymore, effectively it comes down to the same thing, right? They just don't do it anymore, as they shouldn't.
The frontal lobe controls how people think, but it's also the part that makes humans act human. There were quite a few cases where that cut caused drastic, irreversible changes in the patient. A baseless happiness born from lack of thought.
Ignorance is bliss.
A change in personality. A loss of interest in everything. Major mood swings due to lack of control over one's emotions. Some even lost part of their memories. Of course, some didn't even survive the surgery.
It's a footnote. Some people died, but who cares?
By the mid-1960s, use of psychosurgery declined.
All we had to do was press A.
Also, due to development of I was gonna say surgery again. Also, due to the development of psychotropic medicine, the surgery was hardly performed anymore anyway. Yet, some people still believed in the idea and continued to perform the surgery and gather clinical data. They wanted people to recognize the value of the technique once again. Some of these were performed without consent. One theory is that in Japan alone there were thousands of people who woke up from general anesthesia, only to find part of their brain had been removed.
That's gotta be like one of those urban myths, right?
Today, to perform such a surgery without a patient's consent is considered totally unethical, but it was different at the time. I think you'd be
surprised. It was for
surprised
fashion at the time.
That there are still surgeries performed without consent. Like the so-called husband's cut.
The what?
They call it the husband's stitch, I think it's called.
I was gonna say, I think it's stitch. When the dude goes to the doctors after the lady gave birth and go, hey, can you tighten up a notch? Yes. The husband stitch.
Had
Not
to
cut.
check the other one because there is a form where they actually cut with scissors into the thingy. Husbands. It's
No.
not the stitch. It's not
The
where
what?
they tighten it with stitches. It's where they actually cut you with. Oh, please continue. Yeah, fair enough.
If you want to have a bad time, Google husband stitch.
That is worse enough as it is, but it is not what.
Shut the fuck up. Don't make it even worse.
Fair enough.
The husband stitch is bad enough.
I read an entire article about it this week.
Of course she has.
Anyway.
When a woman is being repaired from labor, they would put in an extra husband stitch to attempt to tighten things.
Yeah, but that is not it. It's where they actually make a cut with scissors during labor. Oh yeah, sorry.
I mean a C-section.
No, I will look it up and I'll post it spoilered in Discord later. I'm sure I can still find that. Where was I?
Here.
For one thing, the idea that doctors required prior patient consent was proliferated in the modern Heisa era. Therefore, people at the time didn't think it was that big of an issue.
What the fuck? Yeah, just cut me open, do what you want.
It was only later that people started to argue that it was inhumane. Finally, a decision was reached and the curtain closed with the rejection of psychosurgery. Later, the Japanese Society of Psychology. Later, the Japanese Society of Psychology.
Psychology.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know these words. I say them so often.
Joker.
Later, the Japanese Society of Psychology and Neurology passed a resolution to end psychosurgery. I just cannot talk anymore. After that, psychosurgery was banned throughout Japan and made a forbidden subject of Japanese medicine.
Like necromancy.
Irie was the leading person in the field of psychosurgery.
Say psychosurgery one more fucking time.
It trips you up. He continued to advocate its effectiveness and results. Therefore, he was treated as a war criminal who practiced inhumane medicine, and he was exiled from the public eye.
Remember when earlier Tifa was like, oh, Irie is... I mean, there are things clouding the image, but he's one of the good guys.
I said he was alright.
He likes to poke people's brains.
I can see the fascination, but... However, that doesn't mean he changed his beliefs. He still believes that immoral behavior is caused by brain disorders, and the secret of treating them is in fact hidden in the brain.
I don't disagree with that part, I disagree with your methods.
So the existence of Hinamizawa syndrome caused by parasites living in the brain that controls human emotions actually affirms this theory.
How about we affirm my theory that regular breaks are a good idea? Because I also need to pee by taking a break.
BRB.
But first, adding a double meaning behind the saying picking your brain. Oh God. Yes, that is very true, unfortunately. Oh.
Don't let anyone in the neurosurgery field say that to you.
Yeah. If you know somebody who performs lobotomies, please report them. I mean, if they do it outside of the confines of science and consent.
Maybe even then still will report them. Just in case.
Yeah, just in case, because they haven't been done in the last 60 years, really. So if you know somebody who... Yeah, true. If you know someone who does lobotomies, maybe just tell someone. Just to have them check all the paperwork. Because they haven't been done in 60 years.
I think it's time to say BRB.
BRB.
We're back.
We are. If it's alright with you, I would love to accept this position.
Of course. Given Irie's history, he would never turn down this offer. Despite his mild-mannered appearance, Irie was possessed by a mighty ambition. There was no way he didn't desire a chance to complete research that would prove himself to the medical society that ostracized him.
So we managed to, after the break, sit... Not...
This is you, I was sitting...
better.
That is perfectly fine.
Your chair is furniture and I move it. Now you're too far. Oh my god, Tifa. One day we're gonna move into a different room and then we will argue about this. All the same, because it is better to...
I'm handing him that change on a simple platter.
No, she didn't.
Oh, silver platter?
There is no change and there is no simple platter.
I'm handing him that change.
A simple platter is the name of a dish in Tifa's restaurant when you get a bit of everything.
I'm handing him that chance on a silver platter. Thank you very much. I knew you'd accept. We are very lucky to have an expert like you. You'll be a great help.
But are you okay with me being the director? Wouldn't it be better for you to hold that position, Takano-san? I'm just a simple doctor. Being in charge of other people is...
Don't worry. I'll give you my full support. Our sponsor wanted to pick a civilian. Besides, wouldn't you like to be called Director Irie?
Ara, ara. Oh, well. But...
Irie laughed to hide his embarrassment. We're building a research center in Hinamizawa. Publicly it will be a clinic. So with your consent, Dr. Irie, we'd like to call it the Irie Clinic.
Both immediately, yes, yes. Do I get a cool uniform? Will I look like authority? Will the chicks dig it? Mame, please enjoy a drink. What are you having?
Cheers.
Lord of my own castle. That's more than I deserve.
You'll also be placed under the SDF, so you'll be registered as a medical officer with them. Since you'll be my superior, you'll be a lieutenant colonel. was gonna say colonel. We already had that discussion a long time ago. Lieutenant Colonel Irie, how does that sound to you? Like, too long. Too many words.
I think...
Annoying. What's wrong with Lieutenant?
I think the better rank for Irie would have been Lieutenant Colonel. Get it? So I put it in chat too. Get it?
That's a pretty good one.
10 out of 10 wordplay. Water. Enjoy your H2O moment. Irie is one of the good guys. Tifa earlier today. I'm not a military man. I refrain from being called Lieutenant Colonel. Director is already a frightening title as is. Oh my.
He's getting a chance to research brain parasites, plus being given the title of director of a new clinic as camouflage. Plus it comes with staff and funding. He'll even have support from the Defense Agency and the Ministry of Health and Welfare, as well as research lab with state-of-the-art equipment. No wonder he's laughing so excitedly. However, there are some risks too. Since he'll be involved with this secret research, he has an obligation to keep it a secret. Also, he's going to an area plagued by a mysterious and bizarre disease. There's no guarantee he won't contract it himself. Yeah, but this is like for the greater good sort of thing.
Yeah, I want more titles, more influence. I want to become a god. I want my research to be known throughout the ages.
Yeah, but I think these are also the sort of people that would experiment on themselves.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be shocked.
I think there are a lot of cases in history where people have been working on vaccines or other things and they just inject themselves with it.
If Higurashi was more gory, I'm 100% sure there would be one route or whatever, one ending where you see Irie pick at his own brain, like with mirrors around him and like, where's the parasite?
Not impossible. There is a doctor that has performed his own brain surgery.
That's crazy.
Exactly as you said, through mirrors.
Fucking hell. I can't even shave properly in a mirror, and there are people who are like, yeah, no, there's no biggie.
Doop doop doop. But Irie is too young to even think about those things.
I love how Tifa's brain needed to apparently unwind from doop 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 doop.
I thought I'd already did the line.
No.
Aware of all the risks, he quickly signed a contract with the ambition to have people recognize his talent once again. Also, what have we been looking at here?
That's an ashtray. You can tell from the amount of ridges.
Yeah, but the holes in it.
There are no holes.
Oh, it kind of looks like holes. Kind of looks like a gaze in there.
Why the fuck am I feeling this? What are you feeling?
What is it?
Oh, you mean the doop 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 doop. Ashtray / convenient impromptu murder weapon. Yeah, that looks like a massive glass ashtray. Just heavy enough to properly whack somebody across the back of the head.
Yeah, fair.
You could kill a small goat with that.
That's oddly specific.
That's always my go-to example when it comes to heavy things. I don't know, I think I picked that up somewhere once, but I've been using it all of my adult life, I want to say. Like if somebody at work gives me a stack of paper, I'm like, this is pretty heavy, you could kill a small goat with this.
Like goats have a hard skull.
That's why I'm saying it.
When I saw him sign the contract, I finally relaxed. I knew he would agree to join us, but at the same time I was afraid of the chance that he'd refuse. Selecting a director proved more difficult than expected, and the only candidate Takano paired well with was Irie.
You mean selecting a director proved more difficult than expected, and the only candidate Takano paired well was Irie. So if Irie refused to take the position, then frankly she'd be placed in an even worse situation. Now that Irie has agreed to take the position, research on Hinamizawa syndrome can finally begin. And the research center, or rather the clinic, will be completed next spring. The Ministry of Health and Welfare and the Defense Agency will send the best equipment and staff, plus an abundant supply of funds. Also, now I also say defense instead of defense. I only have both of my shiny Alolan Vulpix hunt gone over odds.
Oh no!
The second one is also going over the odds of the first. You'll be so blessed with your next hunt, Will. Trust me.
2 tries.
2 more. And then 2 more again. Until you get it.
I hate it when the odds are 1 in something and you are way over it already.
Yeah. It's just a likelihood. And finally, our research will begin in earnest.
It's back to me again.
No.
Yeah.
So stop doing that noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. Do you?
Everything is going well. Of course it is. I've put so much effort into making sure things went smoothly up to this point.
Okay, that's it. Congratulations, Doctor. Congratulations, Director Erie. Major of a contract has been signed.
Thank you. I look forward to working with you, Director Erie. Also, if it doesn't finish with the brackets, can you press enter a bit sooner?
No, I cannot, because sometimes it completes after a moment, and if I press at the wrong moment, I skip that and then we lose the line. We've been doing this for 7 chapters, Tifa. I know what I'm doing.
It's still annoying.
Reading in Gen 9 is so insanely boring.
What's the difference in Gen 9 in how they do it? Isn't it always based on steps?
Isn't it just you get the axes, cycle in a circle, and then you wait for them to pop? Not that that's great, but...
Oh.
Excuse you? Are you every character now? Is this the Tifa show? She is not here for free streams, and look what she's doing. I look forward to working with you too, Takano-san. I hope we can get along. I'll be devoting my best efforts to this.
No, thank you. Let's both give our best.
And then they high-fived and committed atrocities.
Now the position of director has been filled. Everything is set.
Can get a Pokemon with Flame Body to breed eggs faster. Does that still work? Is that still a thing? I remember that from like Gen 2 or 3 onwards. I think 2 with Magma. Jenna is just waiting in the picnic for 30 minutes to collect the eggs.
Oh, it's where you have to set up. Yeah.
Can you... Is there no way to speed that up? Because 30 minutes for every round is like...
That's annoying.
Meanwhile... That's great! Just great! Congratulations, Takano-san! No, Major Takano, isn't it?
That was all possible thanks to your assistance. I must give my thanks to all of you.
No, don't mention it! But we should save our congratulations until you finish your research, huh? You're only at the starting line, aren't you?
Exactly. I'll be devoting my every waking moment to this research.
We can hardly wait to see the result of what Dr. Takano couldn't finish. Gen 3 abilities didn't exist before. True. That's when I started hating fighting against Weedles, because you would attack them and then you would get poisoned. It's 30 minutes because that's the time the sandwich runs out. That's why to increase the speed.
Rip.
Play something else on a different device in the meantime to kill the 30 minutes.
I hope in the next gen it gets easier.
Yeah, give me an item to shorten it. Well now, Sensei, let's not talk about business today. Let's have a toast to congratulate Takano-san and the Irie Institute. Who the fuck is Nagata? You be Nagata. For now.
Hello everyone. I'm Nagata from the Ministry of Health and Welfare. I would like to say a few things before the toast.
Me at the bakery.
I hope she doesn't show up too often.
You...
You would like to say a few things at the bakery?
Sometimes, Tifa, I think I say things that are funny. And then you say something immediately, and then I think... She's getting it, she's picking up the ball I threw in the air. And that has nothing to do with what I said when I feel sad.
What is the you her saying things before the toast and you picking up at things at the bakery have to do with one another?
I would like to say a few things before the toast. Me at the bakery.
I've become too German for this because the bakeries don't sell toast. See, I threw the ball back at you.
Defeated by cultural differences.
They have brood.
That's bread.
And toast is completely different.
There were text numbers. With 1 30-minute egg powered 2 sandwich doesn't even get 3 boxes of eggs. That's a lot of numbers. And you can't hatch eggs while breeding others like in previous gens. Really, they nerfed that. That's so stupid. Why would you do that?
Well, now they're gonna do that in the next game.
They fuck it up again because Game Freak is always 1 step forward, at least 2 steps back. Didn't it take until Gen 4 to reintroduce the day and night cycle? Just saying. Takano-san, make sure he works hard, okay? His research center will be supporting the institute. If you need any technical support, just call him.
Make him work hard? No, I have to thank you for the support. I'm Takano. Pleased to meet you.
I know who Nagata is. Nagata? That's gotta be Tomitake. Wanna bet?
Makes sense.
The whole make him work hard, you can rely on him for supplies and stuff.
I think you might be right there.
You be a bureaucrat too. There's too many of them.
It's just the same one!
No, there's at least two different ones.
Yeah, you've done the 2 already. You can't pass them off.
Takano-san, let me introduce you to these gentlemen. Meet Tomitake-kun and Okonogi-kun from the Self-Defense Force. They're your backup from the SDF. I'll let them introduce themselves. Okay, Nagata is not Tomitake. Good thing I didn't write that down.
There he is.
Yes, and I said Nagata is probably Tomitake. And you were like, yeah, that makes sense. Welcome to you 30 seconds ago.
I'm tired, my brain doesn't run as fast.
I don't care.
Yeah, but then my brain runs slower. No,
we have standards here, Tifa.
What's standards?
Game Freak's too busy adding in Mega Evolutions locked behind online competitive play to work on making the breeding mechanic more interesting. That is unfortunately true. Welcome in, Ranger. How are you doing? How is your trip going? Are you back yet?
Everything he said. How has the wedding been?
You forgot paid DLC announced before the game even launched, man.
But I think when it comes to
I knew we were one guy short in this game. Everybody feels it when Ranger isn't gone. Is gone.
Speaking of double meaning.
I missed home. I missed everyone. I'm finally back home. Ranger, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Did you get to take care of all the things you wanted to take care of?
How has it been? Did you have fun at least? Also, I missed... You did go also with the kids, no? Or did you go alone? I thought all of you went.
Why don't you overload him with even more questions?
Well, it's one question in the end.
It was an amazing week with wonderful people. Haven't seen my Ranger buddy in 7 years.
That's awesome. I'm
and
really
I hope you said hi to your buddy from everybody and us. And if you didn't, you need to now go back and say hi from us.
Only hi from Jack.
Why are you like this?
What? Are we already past hi from Jack?
Yes.
That doesn't really get old.
Just me on the trip, Kelly had work. But you could go. That's nice.
I'm really glad you had fun. Always nice to catch up again.
Indeed. While we're shitting on Pokemon, on the other hand, Mommy did get a perfect IVLO on Vulpix in the meantime.
Okay, nice.
Next is gonna be shiny.
Ooh, a Shundo.
I hate that word so much. It's unreal.
Kinda, I guess.
Meanwhile, nice to meet you. I'm Tomitake. I've been commanded to serve as auditor of this project. I look forward to working with you.
The funding for our research is largely coming from the SDF. It's only natural for the SDF to assign a watchdog to make sure reasonable research is taking place. However, someone in a position like that should be my opponent.
You don't even know the guy and you already antagonize him.
Why was someone in that position invited to this private party? Does that mean this auditor is on my side too? Seeing that thorough groundwork, I couldn't help but feel the strength of having a sponsor all over again.
I won't be staying in Hinamizawa. I'll only come by routinely to check on the progress of the research.
Oh, that's too bad. Hinamizawa is a beautiful place with clean air. Please come visit us anytime, outside of work too.
Thank you. I guess I will.
If he really is an auditor, I should maintain a good relationship with this man. He'll hold the key to all future adjustments of our funding so long as we continue drawing it from the SDF.
Remember how earlier we were like, she isn't boinking anybody for her progress? I have a feeling she was doing that with Tomitake.
Yeah, especially with how easy she threw him away and it's like, oh, I started to like you.
Yeah. Literally milking the SDF for funds. Also, I cannot get over this, but I know in the beginning you voiced Okonogi when I did, and I think we'll just keep swapping at some point again because he's like a man of mystery, right? So him changing his voice every now and then just for shits and giggles makes perfect sense in my head. But I cannot get over the facial expression he has. This is peakest. Mom said it's my turn to play on the Xbox. No?
Mom said you have to give it to me.
Yeah. Mom said you have to do my chores because you didn't give me part of your dessert earlier.
Yeah, 100%.
To be fair, she already has like 90% of what she wanted. True, but having extra can't hurt. Horny face. A little bit, yeah. Wait. From now on, in order to voice Okonogi properly, I will try to do that face too. I feel like I need to move backwards a lot.
I prefer the cheeky face. Is that your horny face?
That's my Okonogi face. I'm Okonogi. Nice to meet you. See how much development I put in there for like 4 words?
Good thing he's gonna have so many words.
I hope he doesn't.
He's 100% gonna come back.
Just call that my face. That's my secret cap, I'm always horny. Tifa, you have a bureaucrat line to read.
He's the commanding officer of the Mountain Dogs, one of our unconventional warfare units.
Wait. Unconventional warfare units, abbreviated OO.
They'll be stationed in Hinamizawa to provide you direct support, Major.
Who's a good mountain dog? Fuck you, Jack. No. Screw you, Ryokishi.
Tifa, the Kobold Bureaucrat is quite the title.
The best title.
That's quite long.
The Kobold Major Bureaucrat. Or Bureaucrat Major. It doesn't matter.
The Majorist. Should I consider you my bodyguard then?
It doesn't even get to say it.
Their principal duty is guarding VIPs and preserving secrets. Think of them as your hand and feet and work them hard.
That's a... Fuck you, Jack, stop reading my fanfic. I'm flattered, I think is the right word I'm looking for. You ready for Okonogi face?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But you need to keep your eyes open while doing that face.
They were open. Kind of reminds me of a rubbing hands and tongue out face, especially Namo's version.
Rubbing hands. I don't know why, but that made me very uncomfortable.
That was my point. I have resting uncomfortable face.
Tomitake seems to be an honest type for a military man, but this Okonogi person looks the complete opposite. His main job is to preserve secrets, but I bet he's also good with espionage tactics like counterintelligence and information control.
Do you know why Tifa would also make a great spy, everybody? Because she also counters intelligence. BAM! Mic drop.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you. Post it in Discord. Thank you, mommy.
I'm not gonna look at it.
Not right now, but...
Not after too.
Yes, you will. I will show it to you.
It sounds like it will make me uncomfortable.
I consider myself part of a counterintelligence community on account of the stupid memes I post. That is emotional support.
We can all be part of that. Yes, that would explain his demeanor. Since the STD...
The what now?
Since the SDF is funding our research on Hinamizawa syndrome, of course this is considered a military operation. Therefore, this research has to be done in secret. That's why a unit like this is necessary.
Takano, remember the basics of CQC combat.
I'm gonna fight off the crabs.
Actually, that doesn't even make sense. Remember the basics of CQC. The last C stands for combat. Suck my unit. I'd rather not. You know Jack the space-time distortions from Legends Arceus? I don't recall those. I mostly forgot about that game.
It's the big purple things where you get the storms inside.
Oh,
where
yeah.
These stronger Pokemon spawn.
STD. Yeah. No, now I'm with you all. I understood that she said SDD, which was still funny to me, but STD is the more normal thing to miss here and way funnier actually. So I wish I would have misheard it like that.
I definitely said STD, but I was looking like this because I was wondering what the space-time distortions had to do with it.
Yeah, of course, Mame has a very clean mindset, so it wouldn't be anything weird.
All I could think of was who sings the song STDs?
Parental flaws.
Parental flaws, yes. The STD song, Gotta Catch 'Em All.
It's a parody of a Gotta Catch 'Em All Pokemon song. It's about STDs. It's
catchy.
It's unfortunately catchy.
Besides, it's very reassuring to have someone capable of combat working under me. I should maintain a good relationship with him too.
Is that a euphemism for she's gonna fuck him too?
It's a good relationship.
Okay! Enough introductions! Come on, Tomitaka-kun, you can relax too! Let's put aside our ranks today and have a toast!
Wasn't it sexist? If a man said that, you wouldn't have assumed you would have sex with them?
Yes, I would have. Because she used, or I believe, if I recall correctly, she used the same expression earlier too. The whole, oh, I should, where was it? I should maintain a good relationship with him. And with Tomitake, we know she slept with.
Yeah, that is true.
So if a shoe was on the other foot, I would have said exactly the same thing.
Well, this is supposed to celebrate the establishment of the Irie Institute. Irie himself isn't here. But that is his job after all.
Isn't the true Irie the friends we made along the way?
That sounds very ooh.
I mean, they are the ooh.
Irie is simply a puppet to fill a seat. Of course, I expect him to help me a little with his expertise, but he is ultimately an outsider. This was supposed to be a gathering where I would show my appreciation to those who helped me establish the Irie Institute. But it has turned into them thanking me for all of my efforts. I'm always the one to pour alcohol for others, but today people are pouring alcohol in my glass. The new participants were trying to make me happy, and all the top people talked to me casually. They all praised my hard work and my efforts. My research is now recognized by many institutions, and I'm ready to spread my wings open wide. Welcome back, Dark Lord.
Indeed.
And all the people who are expecting some returns once the research accomplishes something are trying to curry favor with me.
I have a question. Where does to curry favor come from? And why do we never paprika favor?
That's a good question,
a
actually.
salt flavor? Why is it always curry flavor?
Look up where it comes from.
No. Then I'll probably find spoilers for Higurashi, because Higurashi invented the phrase to curry favor.
Very, very unlikely.
Curry equals tasty. Agreed. Fair enough. That
Based
makes
on
sense.
the spices back then, maybe. But right now, I'm just very grateful, regardless of their motives.
I can't get over the constant drum beat in the background. Let's have a toast to wish the best of luck to Mio Takano-kun and also to the new Iri Institute. Arai Sensei, please lead the toast.
It's like a dream. I know. This is just the beginning, and I shouldn't be satisfied with this alone. But just for today, I can forget about everything else and enjoy the celebration. I'm not a heavy drinker, but the drink stays good tonight. And the more I drink, the happier I get. This really is wonderful. To be called mayor by Tomitake and the others is wonderful too.
No, she wasn't. Tifa did her usual Tifa thing.
What?
She did not start leading a small town.
To be called major then. This is a skip.
Curry, tasty, give curry, receive favor. Mame, I like your thinking. Tifa, I need you to give me more curries too.
Curry favor comes from the French, which originally meant brushing a horse.
What? Okay.
That makes it even weirder. Why was currying favor used to brush a horse?
I think that is just what we believe has stayed over time, but actually it comes from Spanish. It was curry favor, like por favor, like please. Curry favor just meant that. It's how you'd curry favor with a horse.
Yeah, but where does the curry favor then come from?
You sprinkle the horse with curry powder first, with the spices to get rid of fleas and stuff.
I do like the idea.
Yeah.
But I prefer the give curry is receive favor, because if you give me curry, you do indeed receive favor.
Yeah.
So it seems the most likely one.
Dark Lord, you're most likely correct, because I imagine you looked this up, but we're team Mami here so far, sorry.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a step after, because it still doesn't explain curry favoring.
Tifa is now thinking very hard about curries.
Still a weird thing?
Currying just means to brush the horse. It's supposed to be some kind of satire. Oh. So if I do this, and if Tifa was a horse, I would be currying. It's not petting when it's a horse. That's so weird.
But that's not brushing, that's petting.
Everybody understood but you, Tifa.
Oh no. Different things.
Read your line.
That's the rank my grandfather had during the war. That means I've finally caught up with my grandfather. This is only the beginning. From here on, I intend to reach what my grandfather couldn't.
Godhood!
Also, I feel like catching up is the wrong term here. Like, you way surpassed him.
Yeah, well...
Like, we have an entire institute behind you.
Potato, potato.
This is the best night of my life.
Until
we murder little girls.
No, something horrible has to happen. We still need to get more to make us feel bad for Takano.
I ended up leaving to fix my makeup. We don't need to feel bad for Takano. I'm filled with elation. I need to feel fresh air to calm myself down. My heart is about to explode because I'm so happy. That's a nice shot. The gathering is taking place a little distance away from the main building. The restroom is in the main building, so I need to walk across the hallway. A beautiful and well-maintained Japanese garden is visible from the hallway. It's raining. I usually don't like rain, but I don't mind it at all today. I feel like even the raindrops are congratulating me.
Is there a deeper meaning to this?
I don't know, there's too much text
to
describe rain.
Shut the fuck up. There were 2 tips throughout the other chapters with a character, we're not quite sure who, describing waiting for the rain.
Wasn't that Rika?
I'm not sure. Also, the horse brush is called a curry comb. Still weird to me. But...
Yeah, slightly. The cool air feels pleasant on my hot skin. It took me a moment to notice how unsteady my footsteps had become. Maybe I drank a little too much.
Why do I think something horrible is gonna happen to her?
It isn't like me to drink more than I can handle. Although this is a party, I don't want to embarrass myself, so I decided to cool off a little by looking at the beautiful Japanese garden. I thought we were going to the toilet. I found an elegant chair set on a red carpet nearby and sat down on it. Since I was with the associates until now, I was forced to constantly be on guard against embarrassing myself. But now that I was alone, I could let go and truly relax.
This is the moment where I thought.
When I look up to the sky, I realize it's still raining hard, but in the distance the horizon is a little lighter. Maybe it won't be raining for much longer. Well, that's normal. The rain stops eventually. No matter how cold it is or how hard it's raining.
AKA fart. Gosh dang it, Jack. Yes, mommy. Yes. Women don't fart, Jack. Don't be silly. Well, don't know how to break it to you. She's so happy. She's just burning, doing the neutron dance. Is that from Jimmy Neutron?
The rain stops eventually. You interrupted the line. I'm not going to redo it for that. I saw a pair of sandals and an umbrella. Almost inviting me. So I took them into the garden. The tasteless laughter coming from the party sounds far away. I tilted the umbrella and looked up to the sky. I felt the raindrops hit my face and gazed up at the sky for a while, forgetting all about my hair getting wet. I thought the rain would cool down my boiling heart, but as my body got cold, I started to feel miserable. My bare feet were all swollen, and the throbbing pain I felt made them seem twice their normal size. But
flashback to her running away from the orphanage. That night it was raining too, and she cut up her feet and everything, trying to run away, and she lost her shoes.
There we go.
Yeah.
The gravel road continued forever. Suddenly it actually is getting really cold, getting goosebumps. I didn't even know what direction I was headed in anymore.
I lowered the power on our fan.
I could no longer hear my pursuer. I'd probably lost him by running through the woods like mad.
Why is this rain so loud? One sec.
It's raining hard.
Let's go with this. Yeah, that's better.
My body was covered in scratches. I finally started to feel the pain from that. I felt both cold and hungry. There was no place nearby to take shelter from the rain. I was just on a little path in the woods. My worst fear was that I could end up heading back towards the orphanage. After bolting and losing my sense of direction. I'd crushed that man's finger. I didn't think I bit it off, but I was sure it would leave a scar.
Didn't she say earlier she spit it out?
I don't remember. Could also have been just blood, I guess.
And at the end of that path was a cabin. And inside of that cabin, there's a table, and on it, a knife with a pristine blade.
A pristine blade, you say?
To make pristine cuts, I think. Indeed.
Taking that into consideration, it was very clear to me what kind of torture awaited me back at the orphanage. Therefore, I'd have to reach the House of Love and Mercy, or not the House of Love and Mercy again. If only it had been daytime, then I could have easily found the right way to go.
Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf. Shia attack!
However, with this rain, there was nothing I could do. But I couldn't stop. I had to keep walking until I reached something. I wondered if Eriko and the others had escaped safely. I didn't know how many people came after us, but at least one came after me. In other words, it meant they had a better chance. Did they reach the house of love and mercy? Were they drying themselves with soft towels? And if they still remembered me, would they have saved a towel for me too? I felt so cold. I wanted to find shelter and sit down, but there was nothing of the sort. I saw a tree that looked like I could take shelter under it, but the branches and leaves were dripping with water. It was then that I realized that the sky was gradually getting darker. Would this day end in rain? There were no streetlights where I was. Also, if it's not raining, why are we having the rain effect? Soon enough.
It is raining. What are you talking about?
She just said with this.
Would this day end in rain? It's dripping down. It's raining hard. What are you talking about?
I read that as in, is it still gonna rain?
No.
Soon enough it would be totally dark. Then I wouldn't be able to walk any further. I just wanted to sit down even if it was raining. But if I did sit down, I probably wouldn't be able to stand up again. So I endured. If I hadn't escaped with Eriko and the others, I wouldn't have had to go through with such misery. But compared to what I had to go through at the orphanage, this was nothing. Thinking about that was the only way to make myself move. But when I thought about that, it's true that this freezing cold rain was far better than my life at the orphanage. But that was only when compared to the life at the orphanage. Was it better than the normal lives of normal kids my age? I didn't even need to think about that. When my parents were alive, although we weren't rich, we led a normal life. Gentle smiles and forgivable selfishness. The sound of my mother cooking breakfast in the morning, and the sound of a newspaper being folded. Precious memories like that. I didn't need anything else. I had plenty of friends. I had fun at school. I didn't like my teacher, but I liked studying. I had everything I needed. That was enough for me. I never complained. I never did anything bad. So why was this happening to me? Everything went downhill after that train accident.
Can't spell train without rain.
Coincidence?
I think not.
The die of fate kept rolling a 1. The die never showed its good side to me.
She sounds very much like Rika.
Common expression.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not in my life.
If the accident was my fault, then I could have accepted it. But it wasn't. I wasn't even there. I waited for my parents at home. I liked going to the mall with them. We always had a meal at the restaurant in the mall. I always told them to let me know if they were going there. But on that day, they went without me while I went to a friend's house to play. My friend wasn't in, so I went back home. I didn't see anyone at home and found a note saying that they were going to the mall. I regretted going to my friend's house, and I waited at home. They didn't come home. They were still gone by dinner time. I was getting hungry and angry with my parents for leaving me. I thought they were having dinner at the mall restaurant without me. If I hadn't gone to my friend's house, I would be eating dinner at the restaurant too. I loved the little flags that came with the kids' meal. I was collecting those. Yes, I was. I was trying to collect 20 of them, thinking that once I collected 20, something wonderful would happen. But I couldn't collect 20 of them. I only needed one more. If I had one more, maybe the accident wouldn't have happened. Very sad memory of a flag from a kid's meal. Kept waiting for them to come home from the mall. I was hungry, so I started to eat some dry fish. If I ate too much, my mother would find out, so I was careful not to gorge myself. And then the phone rang. I assumed it was from my parents. I answered the phone in an angry manner. But it wasn't them at all. happened to the house? We had rented it, so maybe somebody else had already moved in. What happened to my room? What about my desk and all the flags that were in the right middle drawer? If it wasn't my house anymore, then where was I supposed to go? Even if it remained my house, my parents wouldn't be there to welcome me or protect me. Just because I didn't have my parents to protect me, the whole world became so cruel. How could anyone take me away from the house I was used to living in just because my parents were gone? Why didn't they just leave me alone? They asked me many things. They tried to confirm many things. How could I have understood any of the forms they gave me? I was asked a yes or no question. I had no choice but to answer yes. And before I knew it, I ended up at the orphanage. It was beyond heartless. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just a little girl. I had to sign so many papers, but why this? The warm and gentle world ended suddenly without advance notice, and I was thrown into the cruel and merciless world alone. Was this the real world? Or is this fantasy?
Back to recount, actually, I've read a grand total of 6 perfect IV alone in Vulpix during the current hunt. What are the chances of that happening? Because I think that's impressive.
How many did you breed in total by now?
Oh god.
The odds were 1 in 520?
Talking about the odds. Tifa, what are the odds that I need to go pee again?
Extremely small.
No, but my bladder is, I think, today.
Really now?
Yeah, really now.
PRB?
I think it's the rain sound, honestly. No.
Psychological effect.
I'm not even halfway through my cup of tea. So, I blame the game. PRB.
PRB. We're back.
We are. To be fair, I'm using a perfect IV Ditto with Destiny Knot, and now also one of the perfect IV Vulpix's parents, so the chance is currently 1 in 32. That's impressive, I didn't know that.
That's still 32 times 30.
Yeah, but the first 2 were before I started using the perfect IV Vulpix. I think you should stop wanting shinies and you should start going for perfect IV Vulpixes.
I didn't know the IV also changed your chances.
What?
Or does the IV not influence that?
It did actually in Gen 2, but not after that. Actually, it wasn't IV back then, it was a different value, but that also had to do with stats, I think.
I thought that didn't matter for breeding and stuff.
No, it shouldn't. You good, bro?
Yep. Was this the real world?
Sorry.
Was this the real world? Did I have any allies at all? Just because my parents died and I didn't have any relatives, the world had become so sad.
I mean, if she had been rich and she had a butler, she might have become Batman.
When is the die going to come up with a 6 instead of a 1 to make up for the continuous series of the ladder?
Are we gonna go with, in order for everything in Hinamizawa to work out well, we need to fix Takano's life? I mean, that would make sense, right? Cause and effect, butterfly effect.
It's not really gonna be possible because she's already too deep into it.
Why?
How are you gonna fix her not wanting to do this?
We somehow need to create an actual miracle. We all channel the power of friendship into... What was the yokai's name? Ghost Girl?
Oh, I forgot her name. But yeah, Ghost
Hanyu.
Girl. Hanyu.
We all put our powers into Hanyu. Hanyu goes, not reverses time for Rika and puts on a different reality, but puts herself back in time way before the birth of Rika and makes it so that either the train doesn't derail or at least Takano is on the train as well.
And here I was thinking lobotomy.
No, that's fucked up. I mean, can you blame her for going mad? Not defense, of course. No. I don't. I think I've said this during the last, the first episode of Chapter 8 as well. I do understand the tragic backstory that led Takano to become the person she is by the end of Chapter 7. But a lot of people go through really fucked up, horrible things in their lives. At some point, when you're a bit older, I don't know when exactly, I couldn't tell you that, but I believe at some point, as you grow up, you wake up every day and you make the decision to keep following this path. In Chapter 7, she executed 5 children. There is a moment where you pull the trigger. There's a moment where you decide to pull the trigger. That decision is yours. Have other things put you on this path? Yes, but it's your decision to pull that trigger. Do I understand how she got there? Yes. Do I understand why she's acting this way? Yes. Are those still her choices at that point? I think also yes. Have we come to honor Takano's struggle or bury Takano for her sins?
Still on Team Ladder, I believe. Unless she strays from the path.
I think it's not a binary thing. I think you can do both.
Well, in this world, it's a new Takano. If she doesn't do...
True, this is a new one. We don't even know if all of this happened in the others. Presumably it did.
If she isn't planning on killing Rika, etc., then there's no need to bury her for her sins.
Yeah. Let's see where this one goes.
Well, depends on what she's going to do.
So to answer your question, normally 3 out of the 6 IV values are taken directly from either one of the 2 parent Pokemon, but either is holding a decimal, the number becomes 5 out of 6, making the 6th IV be completely random. Hence the very good chances of it happening.
Interesting, didn't know that.
It's very deep actually, Pokemon breeding. That's why I don't do it, because it's too deep for me.
I tried once and I got so frustrated, even with the just cycling back and forth back then. Oh.
No. Painful.
No, that's not painful.
That is not an oh, that's an
oh wait, we're still with the kids. That you were Miyako.
No, I was Eriko.
Oh. Tears were pouring down my cheeks. I forgot who she is. The salty taste further saddened and irritated me.
Oh.
I couldn't do anything but cry.
Sorry, it's Miyako Takano, right? That's her name?
Oh yeah, Kikako.
Eriko.
Yeah, no, there was also
Kikuko, yes, true. The name that makes Tifa sound like a chicken.
But no matter how hard I cried or pitied myself, the cold rain wouldn't warm my body or save me.
Do you smell toast?
No, I smell Kikuko.
If Tifa smells toast, I have to stand before it first.
I could only have a slice of toast now, actually.
Read your lines.
I didn't even know where I was or in which direction I should go. Rico showed me the map of the house of Love and Mercy and we were planning our escape.
No. When? That's completely different causality.
When we were planning our escape. But we only learned the shortest route. I was completely lost. But strangely, after I finished crying, I felt a groundless strength within myself. I once learned that tears wash away particles in the ice. But there's a different purpose to them too. Tears also wash away what's in the heart. I clenched my fist and forced my feet to move. I headed in the direction that I believed to be correct on the gravel road. The rain was still pouring, and it was getting darker and darker. I roared at the sky amidst the rain. My sadness was turning into anger. Oh yeah, wait. You stupid god! Why? What have I done to deserve this? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I was just living a normal life, that's all. So why this? My daddy told me there are good things and bad things in life, but neither lasts for long. That means this misery won't last that long either, right? I won't be all alone in this miserable place forever, right? Isn't that right?
Also, really quick, I guess it's a age rating thing, but shouldn't at least her feet be all fucked up and bloody, and shouldn't she maybe still have some bloodstains somewhere on her mouth from the struggle earlier and her running over the gravel?
She also has 3 toes, but that's what you're worried about.
Yeah.
Also, when have they ever displayed these to humans? After being murdered, they still show the smiling.
Did I not complain about that back then? If I didn't, what she said. Rain is good at washing those away, but it is more dramatic that way.
As I looked up, I felt the raindrops hit my face. There's no God. I knew that in my heart. Rain does not wash away blood in your clothes.
Tifa was...
In a white t-shirt? No way.
Tifa didn't even react to the fact that I dabbed her with my tea. I'm giving her the 4D Higurashi experience.
I just realized it's not just water, but I will live.
Just tea.
But such disbelief wouldn't save me. If I believed he was there, I should have been saved. No, I needed him to be there. Was he going to answer me? I heard thunder. And then I realized he was there. He was there and he was listening to me. In his eyes, everyone was supposed to be an equal. And he was listening to me. I've gone through enough. More than enough. If I was too happy before, then I could take this misery. But I wasn't. I was living a normal life. If you ask me if I was happy, then yeah, sure I was. But this is what I get in return? That's not fair at all. I heard thunder again. He was listening. And I continue. If this fate of mine was your mistake, then let me be free. Please end my misery and let me be happy again. But if this is in fact my fate and I'm supposed to live this way until the end, then I don't want it. Kill me. Kill me now with your lightning. Just finish me off now. Come on. Kill me ruthlessly right here and now. I heard thunder again. It was loud enough to make me shiver. Normally I would just hide in the house and wait until the thunder went away. But on that day, I wasn't afraid. Come on! That was very rugby. Come on!
That's kind of a thing you do when you ask lightning to kill you.
Kill me! Miyoko Tanashi is right here. Just like you killed my parents, take my life too.
Miyoko Tanashi.
Changed her name.
Yeah, but she changed all of her name.
The heavens replied to my provocation.
My pro-vacation. Welcome to the Germany part of the stream.
We are indeed pro-vacation.
On that note, so our next vacation is happening soon. No.
Still 2 weeks. The heavens replied to my provocation. The heavens took aim at me, a lowly human who dared sling constant, insolent insults at them. That was my wish. I opened my arms. He's God, so he wouldn't miss me. However, I guess even God makes mistakes sometimes. Although he's supposed to be fair, he had been unfair with me. Come on, kill me! Take me to heaven! But if you fail to kill me, then try turning my destiny around.
Why do I feel this has something to do somehow with Rika? Or at least Oyashiro-sama in a grander scheme of things.
Maybe she also has an essence. Or a passenger, or whatever that thing was called.
Pitiful child.
Flash from heaven. I thought I smelled something burning just before it hit. No, that's just a toast. For some reason, that smell hangs around a lot.
Now, stop twisting, thank you.
The sheer force knocked me to the ground. It was a strange experience. It was something that had just happened, but it already felt like it happened many years ago. I had no idea how long I was down for. I smelled something odd. The bad stench woke me up. When I looked, I saw that a huge tree behind me had been split open and its leaves were smoldering. I looked up and saw sparks in the darkness. I couldn't understand what just happened. I just stood there. The thunderbolt had struck. It didn't strike me, it struck the tree behind me. I didn't get to die. He was telling me to keep walking in the woods in the cold rain. I won my bet with God. I bet my life. I bet my life against the lightning and thunder. It could have killed me instantly, but he missed, so he had to fix my life. I looked up at the sky, laughing and bragging that I was still alive.
First you ask God to kill you or to make up for all that's been done to you. When you don't get lightninged, and you go brag.
I heard thunder again. It was acknowledging its loss. Yeah, but God tried to strike at her and missed.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Come on, God. Save me. I won the bet, so save me from this misery.
She looks so cute though.
I stood there. I waited for God to do something while the rain poured down on me. But he didn't answer me again. I couldn't hear the thunder anymore. Again, I felt the warm tears pour down my cheeks. What was I thinking? If there was a God in heaven, he wouldn't have let anything like this happen to me.
Okay, no, well.
My miserable life was the proof of God's non-existence. The darkness was about to swallow me utterly. Would I have to sleep out there? God must have wanted me to die slowly in this cold rain instead of granting me an instant death by lightning. I wish the sun would go away. I wish the sun would never rise. I wish that as the woods had grown completely dark, my existence would be hidden by that darkness. I wish that I could just disappear. Had it been an eternity, or was it a matter of seconds? I couldn't even tell time in such darkness. It was then that I saw something. It was a light. I noticed it only because the woods were so dark. But was it really there? Had it been there this whole time? I felt like the light was inviting me towards it. It was a fluorescent light. I didn't normally like those lights, because I always thought they looked cool.
This is advanced darkness, apparently.
But I didn't feel coldness from that white light. It made myself believe that the light was a guide sent by God. I had to believe, otherwise I wouldn't be saved.
Can't hear you, it's too dark in here.
Hello darkness, my old friend. The light reflected in a puddle. It wasn't a muddy puddle. It was a puddle on asphalt. I had made it out of the woods and was on a paved road. The light was a street light. Being on a paved road didn't really resolve anything. It was just a country road.
Take me home to the place I belong.
The
House of Love and Mercy. Somewhere in Japan.
It was a road that went through the woods, so there were no houses, no shops, and not even a single car going by.
I know we're reusing the artwork from the night in Hinamizawa.
Takes you out of it, doesn't it? There weren't too many streetlights on the road, so it was still very dark. My feet touched the asphalt. Not so different from the gravel I had been walking on earlier. It felt almost merciful. My feet had grown used to walking on gravel, but after feeling the softness of asphalt, I never wanted to go back to the former again. I could only choose between heading left or heading right. I was grateful to God for leading me to this road, but I wish that he had given me a little more guidance. Such a little bit of luck couldn't make up for all the unhappiness I'd gone through.
Lightning strikes on the right. Okay, cool.
And that was when I sensed his guidance. I saw another light in the distance. was only on the right side.
You called it.
Headed towards it. When I got there, I understood what it was. I was amazed to find it there. A telephone booth. Who would actually make a call in the middle of nowhere? A booth in the countryside was rather unusual. There were plenty of red public phones all over, but I'd always thought booths only existed in big cities.
I'm so brain-rotted and deranged that whenever Tifa says booth, I'm hearing booth. I'm pretty sure people do that everywhere.
It almost looked as though the telephone booth had been put there as punishment for doing something bad.
Thank you for saying the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip it next line again. When I thought that, I felt for the lonely booth, but it reminded me of myself. Even if I went inside the booth, what could I even do in there anyway? I already knew the answer to that question, but no matter what, I just had to get in there. The door squeaked as I opened it. There were lots of moths and other bugs flittering around the light. I usually hated bugs, but in that moment it felt like they were my friends sheltering from the rain like me. Except mosquitoes, they still died.
Yeah, fuck mosquitoes.
There was no heater, but it was still very warm inside of it. It sheltered me from the cold rain. Soon enough, I crumbled to the floor. The warmth of the light embraced me gently, and it felt like it was telling me that it was okay to cry. But I had no more tears left, because I cried them all when the lightning struck. Aching scratches covered my body. My calves were in pain too. Everything hurt everywhere, and I didn't want to get up ever again. I wished I could fall asleep. If I did that, the staff from the orphanage might find me. The windows on the booth were high up, so if I sat down, I wouldn't be visible from the outside. But as it was the only shelter in these dark woods, the staff would be sure to check it. That was why I couldn't stay here for long. Booths from back then weren't completely made of glass, so it was possible to hide inside one. My exhausted spirit understood that I had to move. I just couldn't make myself. Maybe I was experiencing some kind of vision. I felt a strange calmness that I'd never experienced before. I didn't feel that I was myself. It was very strange. I thought that maybe I was killed by the lightning. I'd assumed I was still Miyoko Tanashi, but maybe I wasn't her at all. I considered those things. And then I started to think that the booth had something to do with it. Because God led me there. He couldn't have done so just because it was providing shelter from the rain. There had to be something else. I wondered what that was. Could there be something in it that could save me? But what? It's just used to make a phone call. But I didn't have any money. But then, there's credit on it. I noticed something that looked like copper. My heart skipped a beat. The 10-yen coin I saw wasn't there before. Did I just miss it? I didn't think so. It must have just showed up. In other words, this 10-yen coin was guidance from God. He was telling me to make a call with that coin. But who? There was no telephone book. In that case, I could only call a number I knew. Back in the day where these booths had the yellow pages in them as well.
That was a weird time. I think it's quite funny that in the narration they go, oh, by the way, back then telephone booths used to look like this, so this actually works out. So they had the foresight to tell the audience, they used to be designed differently. But I don't know about Japan, but in Germany we don't really have telephone booths anymore.
Not anymore, but back then there were, and they also look like that.
I
So at some point they
ever recall them being see-through. I think over here they had like a yellow plastic frame and like 2 or 3 windows, and there would be like at the bottom, the middle, and the top, so you could definitely see whether somebody was inside.
No, we had both, where it was like 50-50 and full glass. Would God want me to do that then? was only 1 coin. I actually found it weird that they explained how it was back then. They don't explain other things that were like that back then.
They haven't changed, Tifa.
I could only call 1 number. And I couldn't talk for that long. I challenged God earlier, so it was just a matter of course to think that God was challenging me in return. I had only 1 chance, and he wanted me to test my luck with that chance. I left the phone booth and looked up at the sky. And then I yelled in my heart, "You're on, God!" I wondered who I could call. Who? My house? My parents were dead and I had no relatives. Even if I called, nobody would answer. Actually, the bill wouldn't have been paid for a long time, so the phone line would already be disconnected. My house was my lost life itself. No, the debris of my life. Calling home would simply be an expression of regret, which ran counter to the positive attitude of trying to change their life. So surely using the coin to call my house was wrong, which meant I had to cast this 10-yen coin towards my future. The future? My future? What future anyway?
And so I brought it to the bank.
Then I heard a huge thunderclap which cleared my mind. I bought a Google stock.
I bought Apple and Google stocks and then I waited for 40 years.
In that clear state of mind, I saw something from the past. It was the last sight of my father. His final moments on the hospital bed, though suffering from pain, he tried to tell me something very important.
If by chance I am to die, turn to Dr. Takano. Dr. Hifumi Takano. Say it for me.
Hifumi Takano?
That's right. Dr. Hifumi Takano. He's my former teacher. He will help you.
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy! Many doctors came into the room in a hurry. He wanted to tell me something else, but the doctor stopped him from talking, so it wasn't audible. Shouldn't have been, but it was to me. I heard it, but I didn't want to hear him say it while suffering, so I pretended that I didn't hear. He said it while coughing. I heard it. They were numbers. I swallowed once. Of course they were. And there's the phone number. That's right. It was a phone number. He knew nobody would take me in because we had no relatives. He told me to get in touch with him, Dr. Hifumi Takano. He tried to tell me his phone number. What had I done? He tried so hard, using his last chance to tell me the most important thing. The thunder from earlier had made me remember it. The number I couldn't remember even once came out so smoothly. I dialed it in. This really was it. This was the number for my father's teacher, Dr. Takano. But my hand stopped just as I tried to put the coin in. What if I hadn't remembered it correctly? No, there was no need to hesitate. I had to believe in myself. This had to be the correct number. I had to dial it in before I forget again. I picked up the phone and put the coin in. Beep. I heard the dial tone on the other end. At that point, I decided to kill myself if it didn't work. I could go back into the woods and wait for another lightning bolt. I could lay down and let the rainwater drown me too. I could also fall asleep in the middle of the road and wait for a car to run me over. I made up my mind and put the coin in. I didn't hesitate any longer. We are hesitating! Dial the bloody number! I dialed the number at once. Thank you!
Plot twist, she called the wrong Dr. Hifumi Takano. Because the one her dad mentioned and gave her the number for is actually the super sweet, kind, caring old guy. And instead she landed with this fucked up research dude.
But I had to be careful. If you dial quickly, sometimes you can make mistakes.
Calm down, Satan.
Oh, you have no idea how frustrating this is.
Tifa, she's like 12.
Just get on with it. I was getting irritated. Yeah, same. and it almost made the phone number go vague in my head. I dialed the last digit and heard some electronic sound on the other end. I hope that I dialed the correct number. I didn't know what to say to Dr. Takano if it did connect. Where was I? Where was I supposed to do?
Where was I supposed
to? What was I supposed to do?
Not like you mean it?
Gonna get this over with.
I'll get over with you.
What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to ask him? I didn't know any of those things. Making a call isn't cheap. 1 10-yen coin would only buy me a short time to talk. The line must have connected then. I heard a ringtone. I only had a short time once someone answered the phone. Yeah, we've said that 4 times. I thought for a moment that I should put the phone down. Then I could at least get the coin back.
Do you also smell that? Smells like bitch in here.
It's taking too long. I could call back after sorting out my thoughts. But then someone answered.
Hello! This is for Takano residence.
I felt like I was suffocating. My memory had been correct. I couldn't tell the age of the speaker, but it was a grown man's voice. Anyone who was my father's teacher must have been quite old. But never mind that. I had to hurry and say something. Hurry, hurry! Are you Dr. Takano? Dr. Hifumi Takano?
Yes, who is this?
He must have been suspicious. I couldn't blame him. The stranger was asking him about his name. Of course he'd get suspicious.
Click, deet, 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 deet. Call took too long.
I'm sorry. I'm Tanashi. Miyoko Tanashi.
Tanashi-san. Yes.
My father told me to get in touch with you. His name is Takemitsu Tanashi.
Tanashi. Tanashi-kun. I remember him.
His voice suddenly changed. Dr. Takano had remembered his old student. I'm his daughter. He told me to call you.
Did something happen to Tanashi-kun?
Not good. I was going to run out of time. My parents died in a train accident. And I was told to call you.
Tanashi-kun is dead. I see. Both of them. I'm sorry to hear that. I knew him from when I was teaching at a college. He was a very hard-working young man. I think the last time I saw him was at the wedding.
Obviously, he didn't know I was born. But he remembered my father. That was truly a stroke of luck.
So what did Tanashi-kun want to tell me?
Well, I didn't know what to say. I was only told to call Dr. Takano. How could I tell him that? My time was running out. I felt more and more anxious by the minute. Phone calls are disconnected without notice. But somehow I sensed it. I only had enough time left for 1 sentence. So I decided to say 1 sentence filled with all of my hopes. Help me! And the phone call got disconnected. Maybe he only heard part of what I said. I could only hope he was able to sense my despair. I couldn't hear anything from the receiver anymore, but I actually talked to Dr. Takano. I confirmed that Dr. Takano existed. He existed and he remembered my father. If he grieved over his student's death, he would come visit my house. And he would find out I was sent to an orphanage.
Why? Do they leave a note there saying, the people who lived here died and their child has been moved to this orphanage at this address on that day?
Public records.
Okay.
Tanashi, the dead one.
Basically.
And then he would come get me. That's when tears flowed down my cheeks again. I thought that my life was hopeless. I never knew that finding even a grain of hope would make me feel so happy and strong. The voice I heard on the phone was warm and dependable. My father must have thought about me for a long time in that hospital bed, and came up with a name that he could trust his daughter with. Dr. Hifumi Takano. So I could trust Dr. Takano. I had to believe that he would find me. But might take more than just a few days.
I think the doctor can find out via police. Hey, this girl of my student called me, crying for help. Can we check? Hopefully, yeah.
And data protection probably wasn't that big of a deal there either.
Yeah, plus he probably has good standing with his society. So, it's Dr. Takano asking, so we can just hand him over the records. No biggie.
I'd have to wait patiently. A few days? A month? More? I could only wait patiently. Either way, I couldn't stay in the telephone box. The staff would easily find me there. Oh, suddenly we call it a box, huh? I went out into the rain again.
The telephone house, the telephone shelter, the telephone
I had to say
rectangle.
boof 600 times and suddenly it's a box.
Except you didn't.
Yeah, otherwise I would have. If it was up to how it was written. But this time the rain felt a little warmer than before. I had wished to die by lightning. But after that phone call, I was filled with hope and the will to live. I wanted to live, and that was why I felt pain all over my body. But I still wished to die. I didn't feel anything. I had to wait patiently until Dr. Takano came to pick me up. I had to get to the House of Love and Mercy. That would be the best place to wait for him. I didn't think the orphanage would tell him I escaped to the House of Love and Mercy. But the house would stop me from calling him. All I'd have to do was call him again and let him know where I was. I didn't know where I could find the House of Love and Mercy. I couldn't see any signs anywhere, and I didn't even know what direction the orphanage I escaped from was in. But I couldn't just stop. I had to walk. I had to find shelter. I had to find someone and ask for directions to the House of Love and Mercy. I had to keep going because I finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Chills and throbbing pain tormented me, but I couldn't die until I met Takano-sensei. I wish the car would come by. If it was someone who lived in the area, I could ask. But the police wouldn't do me any good. I was sure the orphanage had already called the police about our escape and they wouldn't be forgiving. The police were sure to send me back to the orphanage. Either way, I wish that someone would show up. Otherwise, I'd have to keep walking on the asphalt in the darkness forever.
This is really stupid, but do you think there is a chance that they chose to reuse the assets of the backgrounds because this is actually happening near Hinamizawa?
No.
Okay. Thank you for your input.
Wanna save here?
I think we're right at the end. Give it another moment.
How long did I walk? Still no car. Just as I couldn't help but think that maybe the world perished, leaving only me behind, a car showed up.
And in it, Dr. Hifumi Takano.
I sensed it coming up behind me, so I turned around, and I saw the headlights approaching me. I thought for a moment, should I stand in the middle of the street to stop the car? It was so dark. I didn't think it would notice if I just waved at it. But if I were to stand in the middle of the street, I could get run over. I think that every morning nowadays. While I thought the car was getting closer and closer. When I made the phone call, I panicked and didn't know what to say. So with this car, I'd have to think very carefully. If I couldn't think of anything, then I should just let the car go. With those thoughts vaguely on my mind, I was incredibly surprised when the car slammed the brakes with a screech and came to a stop. Maybe I wasn't all there after that miraculous experience of lightning striking near me. I had half lost my mind in those dark woods, so I probably wasn't thinking very straight. Because the car had stopped after recognizing me. In other words, the driver knew who I was.
Or the driver is thinking, why is this 8-year-old running around on the street bare feet?
And the only people in the area who had recognized me were... A chill ran through my whole body. I started to dash away. I heard a voice calling after me. I no longer had the strength to run. My feet were trembling and I couldn't make them cooperate. I realized then that I shouldn't have sat down in the booth. That's why I couldn't keep running. I suddenly grabbed from behind, the collar of my clothes almost choking me. I heard fabric being ripped. I fell in a puddle and the staff member got on top of me. This time, his finger wasn't in my mouth. All I could do was struggle. As I did so, I remembered all the scary stories Eriko and the others told me. All the torture the child who was caught had to endure. The drowned ducky punishment, the mashed caterpillar punishment, and displayed piggy punishment. The names of those eerie sounding punishments came to my mind. I screamed and struggled with all my might, but it was too late. I was shoved into the back seat of the car. Why couldn't they just let me go? Simple. They didn't want me talking about them to anybody. Staff were yelling and screaming while chasing me, but once we were in the car, they went silent. It was like the Grim Reaper had come to get me. Whether I liked it or not, I had to come to terms with the fact that my luck had run out.
Never sat down in a booth. That's what I keep hearing.
But I had called Takano-sensei, so I knew he would come to get me. I didn't know when that would be, but I knew it would happen someday. So I wanted to live. I would be saved if I lived. I couldn't even imagine the kind of punishment that was waiting for me. But even so, I said to myself, I have to live. I'd already found the light at the end of the tunnel. All I had to do was endure until I reached it. And the car stopped. I had arrived at the front gate of the orphanage. 2 staff members grabbed my shoulder so I wouldn't run. They were very skinny, so it hurt a lot. I was scared. Scared of what I would have to go through. We went through the door and I was finally sheltered from the rain. In a way, I wasn't sheltered at all, though. It was the middle of the night and long past time to turn all the lights off. The orphanage should have been quiet. But I heard a noise. It was a strange noise. The noise of a shower. The noise of metal objects crashing into each other. The staffs yelling and screaming. A chill went down my spine.
If a child goes down your spine, you have a whole different set of issues, Tifa.
What could I possibly write down to fully describe this fear? So this is just a journal note. A staff member knocked on the door of the storage room and the door opened. The moment it did, an angry roar issued from inside. A sight leaped into my eyes. It's the guy we did. I couldn't completely take in the bizarre scene before me. 2 staff members were hitting a mat with bamboo swords while yelling violently. It was a mat used in... You know, the ones you use when you do gymnastics. Why was it rolled up like that? It was tied with a string and was standing up in the corner. They kept hitting it. Usually words are said to a person. But why were they yelling at a rolled up mat? The way they were hitting and yelling at it, it was as if they'd gone mad. But wait. I could see something sticking out from the top of the rolled up mat. It was... Let me see. Whose shoes were those? All of a sudden I froze and couldn't think anymore. One man stood in front of me. The man's pinky finger was wrapped in bandages.
I guess the advantage of wrapping somebody in a gym mat first is that the impact travels in a different way to the body. If you hit somebody with like a pipe or like a kendo sword, that's blunt impact on one spot. But if there's a mat over them, it's more like it doesn't leave marks. Yeah.
They might just not be trying to kill them. My eyes moved upwards from his pinky finger and met with his. The beast's eye met mine, peering with intent to devour me. Squeezed out a voiceless scream. My voice didn't come out, so it was more like a goldfish opening and closing its mouth. The beast stuck his little finger in front of me and roared. I couldn't tell if it was a word or a meaningless shriek, but I was certain it was something abusive. I was scared. I didn't want to die. I wanted to live. I knew that Takano would show up to save me. That was why I had to live and submit myself to the fear. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry! The hand with the bandages grabbed my hair and dragged me along. All I could do was apologize and beg for forgiveness while hoping the beast had even a tiny bit of mercy in him. It was like a broken, apologizing doll. A mad doll that kept muttering apologies until its key wound down. How was their toy? Shredding tears, coughing blood.
You don't shred tears.
Oh. Shedding tears, coughing blood, and apologizing in place of clicking gears. I could see into the shower room while he dragged me along. The door was open and I heard wailing from the inside. What I saw was very strange. There was a locker on the inside of the shower, or on its side in the shower. What an odd sight. The locker was taking a shower sideways.
I've been waterboarding people in there.
I'd never even imagined anything like it before. The locker was What's a locker anyway?
A locker where you put your clothing into?
Why is the locker taking a cold shower?
Because they put a child into it and then tipped it over.
Fair enough.
Or it's just laying on the ground and they shove a kid in.
The locker was taking a cold shower. I would check, but can't see anymore. The locker was taking a cold shower while two staff members hit it with bamboo swords. That explained the noise I heard before. The beast didn't want me to see that. He pulled my hair violently and twisted my neck so that I looked in the opposite direction. And I realized he didn't do that to stop me from watching the shower. He did it to make me look at something else. I saw a window in a courtyard. Usually it was too dark to see anything, but the lights were on and the courtyard was very bright. And then I saw it. Inside of the hen house. I saw... What is that? And... that hair was Eriko's. But why was she... That was too far to... What's with the X's?
Well... Her... Dead? Why...
Wait. Yeah, I
think the mod had sensors. Wait. Let me check. Let's save first.
just in case.
There's a button for this. There's a button for it.
I don't see settings.
Oh wait, it's here in the settings. Mod menu. No.
On the graphics.
Voices. Zero original PC script with voices where it fits.
Oh,
F10.
there. Zero original. Oh yeah, fully
but it's
uncensored.
with voices. Oh, set the script censorship level.
Can you now go to the log? Okay.
Wait, did that save?
Yeah, but it saved the sensor.
No! So you probably need to save and reload from here.
I want to think from now it probably will take it, but it doesn't take what has already been done.
Has that always been the case when they said... That didn't occur to me until now.
No, because those were only the tips when they were talking about news. This is actually something that is happening. 100% that was part of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't want to die. I know Dr. Takano is coming to save me. I know he's coming. I was taken to the staff bathroom. Stunk of ammonia. Okay, reload.
Okay, just in case that fixes it.
Do we need to check if the thing was saved? Maybe we need to restart the entire thing?
Set to 0.
But uncensored scenes...
Mysterious. Yeah, annoying. Troubleshooting. Force game clear? No.
I think this was on purpose.
Yeah, I think so too.
I saw something which just doesn't fit in a bathroom. Why was this in a bathroom, I thought? He's not planning to do something with me with that, is he? No way. No.
Tanashi, this is your punishment for breaking the rules, okay? Everyone must follow the rules. If you don't, you get punished. Do you understand?
I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I'll do everything you tell me to do. I promise, I really do. Please spare me. Please spare me from that. No, that hurts. No. No!
Alright.
I'm really annoyed at the censor though.
This was chapter 3. I'm going to have a look if I can find, preferably in the game files, the script of chapter 3. I'm saying in the game files because that way I don't need to Google and accidentally find spoilers. I have a strong feeling that maybe that wasn't censored necessarily for the setting we chose. I think it was X'd out to be able to release the game. Because when in a moment like this I see a 4-letter word, I'm thinking rape.
I see a rape. Is he gonna use it on me? That doesn't work, plus the X's are just a placeholder.
No, there is the amount of X's to replace each letter in the word. If it's 3 letters, it's a 3-letter word. If it's 4, it's 4.
I don't think they really...
That's been the case the entire time though.
It's never been a long one.
Yeah, it has.
Not really. And then what you saw still... I think what you saw was rope. That could be. Even though rope with rope, well, rope can definitely trigger that.
I mean, rope, hang.
Yeah.
I think though, I'm gonna see if I can find it in the game files because I think I can look at those. As in the script, I know like artwork I can see because I do look at the background images for the thumbnails for YouTube.
That could also just have been that you needed to restart the game.
Possibly. But I'll check that after the stream. I think though it's censored on purpose because whatever words they can put there won't be as impactful as your mind filling in the blanks.
My mind does not work like that at all.
Good for you, because I feel my stomach twist and turn. I agree with Psycho. I don't think you need to know, really. Yeah. In the anime, they skip over the punishment, making it enigmatically worse. Yeah. I got that same impression, because it starts, it seems like an escalation. It starts with the children getting beaten without showing or leaving too much of a bruise, hence the mat around the kids. That's already fucked up. That you have a process in place to wrap children into gymnast mats to then beat them in that. So first you have, this is gonna sound fucked up, but it's escalating. First you have kids just being hit with the bamboo swords through the mats. Then you have a layer of their waterboarding you while hitting the thing, which is probably gonna traumatize the fuck out of you. Then you have the hen house, where they do God knows what. And then the guy that she fucked up the finger of, alone drags her into a room that reeks of ammonia, which I hope they just use it for cleaning. And then the scene ends with that gunshot sound again.
My mind unfortunately works in a way that I get so annoyed at the censoring that nothing of that does anything to me.
Good for you. The mats are the mushed caterpillar. The locker is the drowning ducky.
Oh,
Eriko is in the splayed piggy.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then something happens to Takano.
She was brought into the bathroom.
Yeah, the last room, alone. And ammonia, I only know from the smell of ammonia, I only know about two things. I think A, you can clean with ammonia. You good?
Yeah, my throat's really dry. Just checking if you still have something.
Yeah, just say that. And the other reason you might smell ammonia is if there's very old stale urine. Like when people say, oh, it smells like cat piss. It could be cat urine, but usually they mean the smell of ammonia. Some of those people run around, everyone oblivious to what is walking among them. Yeah. This shit is fucked up.
Unfortunately so.
But I'm glad we're done with this episode, because then hopefully we never have to do that part again, and yeah. Maybe we can get back to the kids in Hinamizawa and how we can get them to live a happy life. Or preferably including Takano. With all of this loading into what made Takano the way she is and what has all happened to her, the more of that horrible fucked up stuff we see, either it's the gut wrench, like in the end you stand there and you go, well, she did this to the kids and that's fucked up, but she too is kind of a product of all that's been done to her. You know, hurt people hurt people.
So are many, but still, I stick to my opinion.
Same. Ultimately, it's her pulling the gun. You know, ultimately, it's her not, I guess, having come to the realization that her doing this to other people only continues the cycle of bullshit and violence. It needs to stop at some point, and that means you have to remove yourself from the equation, as in you just don't do that. Easier said than done, potentially, but still. But that's why I'm thinking the solution then would be that everybody believes, Hanyu believes, together they form a sparkling circle of friendship and they fix all the things that have ever gone wrong.
Might still happen. Who knows?
Maybe tomorrow, if somehow magically we fall through a hole in space-time and finish the remaining episodes. This, among other works of fiction, made me more patient with children. I hope it's also made you more patient with adults, because it's taken us quite a while to get here. And it's still gonna take us a little bit longer.
Yeah, because I can't find the button to get out of this. There.
The button is right there. I think Tifa is tired and needs something to drink. And we've been going longer than she suggested, so kudos to Tifa. Everybody, applaud her.
I'm pressing the button.
No. I didn't miss that part. Thank you everybody for witnessing fucked up things in Higurashi again. There'll be more tomorrow.
Thank you.